the beach.
We're here to talk the NBA. Swiper.
Giannis Antetokounmpo will be traded, and he will be traded soon, and it will be to this team, y'all. In case you don't know, the Giannis sweepstakes are alive. They are here, and they are heating up. Yes, they're turning up, Penn. Brian Windhorst revealed that Giannis has already asked for a trade before the season. So now that the Bucks and Giannis know this, they've been having conversations about which team is best for Giannis's future, and the Bucks are going to essentially take those teams and those new landing spots and find the perfect trade package that they want in return for Giannis, or the best trade package that they can get. Now, Giannis has basically used these first 25 games as a sample size to see whether the Bucks were going to be competitive, if he liked what he was working with, and what things were going to look like long term. And chill, the Bucks are 9-13.
Not bucking. That's what they do.
They're 11th in the East. They've lost 8 out of their last 9 games, and things just aren't looking great. So what we've been told, Damian and Swiper, is that the New York Knicks and Giannis have mutual interest. And this summer, Giannis basically said, I want to be a Knick. We've been told that the Chicago Bulls are expected to make a full throttle push to get Giannis. And we've also been told that the Spurs are expected to aggressively pursue Giannis to pair him with Victor Wembanyama. Also today, y'all, we're going to talk about what's next for CP3 because it might actually be the end. We're going to talk about what's next for James Harden because I'm being told he's being dangled around now. Zion Williamson may be on the move. Herb Jones may be on the move. Zubac may be on the move. And also, we'll be talking about the 10 best international players in the game right now. We did a list for you guys specifically. So let's go ahead and get into it, fellas. We are going to start first and foremost with, you guessed it, Giannis Antetokounmpo. How are we feeling right now about all the rumors swirling around and the whole Giannis sweepstakes in totality?
Chill. Guess how many teams in the Eastern Conference, the Leastern Conference, are above 500 right now?
How many teams in the Eastern Conference, if I'm guessing off the top of my head, Penn, how many teams in the East are above 500?
Ox, you guess is
I'm gonna say 10.
7.
9.
Oh,
9 teams are above 500 right now in the Eastern Conference. Now, I understand the East plays the East, but right now, the Milwaukee Bucks lost Giannis Antetokounmpo at the 3-minute mark last night, went down with what Damian called a suspicious injury. Very interesting Terry Rozier vibes.
Oh, that's crazy.
I don't know what the hell happened there, but then they proceeded to they proceeded to win without Giannis. So, hey, man, and the Bucks are not one of those 9 teams. It's scary times out here in the East. Scary
First
times.
of all, the first question that I have, Ox, is Brian Windhorst. You said that Giannis asked to be traded. When have we not heard it? When have we heard a guy ask to be traded and not heard it from him? When does that ever happen?
A bunch of times.
I never heard that before. Never heard a star asked out and we not heard it from him. Never heard that.
Well,
when a star asks out, a star asks out.
Well, the thing about
I've never heard that before.
This whole saga has been that he apparently doesn't want to have the.
Turn your mic up, Swiper.
He doesn't want to. What'd you say?
Turn your mic up a little bit.
Super low.
Oh,
yeah. Turn your mic up just a little bit, brother. Yep.
Is that better? Can you hear me better?
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You turned up your yapper. Go ahead.
Apparently, some of this is. I'll have the power to host in a minute. I'll drop around. Don't worry about it, y'all. Some of this
Please,
is like.
thank you.
I think with Giannis, I don't know if he wants to have that ledger attached to his name because remember, he's had 3 separate incidences of behind the scenes confirmation that he has asked for trades, either trade to be met or there need to be significant changes within the team. And he's not going to sign his contract. Remember, he had the 2021 incident, then the 23 incident, or the 2020.
Okay, Swipe, but those 2 things are not the same thing.
Well, the
holding
thing
you accountable so you get better and not signing a contract.
No. But the threat of it is to trade. The threat of it is I'm moving on. And then this is not the first time Giannis has had this happen. So I don't think Giannis ever wants to come out and outright say, I want to be traded, because I think that for him would just not be a part of his DNA. And I don't think that he'll ever do that in the public, even after he gets traded, which I think he will. I don't think he's ever going to come out at that time, Till, and say that I wanted to be traded or I asked for a trade or whatever it might be. I think the way that the language was formed, even in the Shams response, that Doc emphatically said that Giannis has not asked for a trade, by the way. So, like, the Bucks are doing the PR stuff around it. Shams said that there will be a resolution in the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, but Swiper, like, regardless of that, there's always going to be that. Like, we already know that Giannis has been a guy in the front office that's like, I need more. Like, you guys need to help bring more over here. Which I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I know I was tough on him about the whole Drew situation, but that was more just me, just being a little hard on him. Whatever. If Giannis gets traded, we all know he had to ask for. Nobody's just gonna trade Giannis. Like, we know that if Giannis gets traded from Milwaukee, it's because he approached them and said it's time for me to go.
Sure.
No. To your point, Chill. Nobody in their right mind gets rid of Giannis Antetokounmpo unless he's
got to ask out 100%.
Right.
He 100%.
What if they hire
Because
Nico Harrison,
you're not going to get 1 for 1. You know you're not going to win the trade unless by the grace of God you get 3 first rounds and all those first rounders turn into the next 3 guys. Like, that's the only way you win that trade. You nobody trades Giannis at 30, 29, whatever.
In his prime, in his peak still.
Yeah, in his prime. Unless he's ready to go. So, I mean, I get what you're saying, that Giannis might not want to be problematic in the public eye and say, like, oh, I'm trying to get out of here, or do the James Harden fat suit thing, or the Anthony Davis wearing shorts and not playing.
That's not him.
I don't think Giannis will go out like that, but we know what's up.
He's 31 in 2 days.
And I think that it was the last time he's probably worn a Bucks jersey, to be honest, last night with the injury.
I would hope so.
And I think it's an underrated point how much pressure he's put on the front office over the years. And to the point now where they're pretty depleted all round. And I mean, look, they're not a luxury team, but they've got limited assets and flexibility. They're carrying $27 million of dead money. So they don't have all the leverage in the world. And they don't have an unrestricted first-round pick, I believe, until 2031 because there's restrictions with Atlanta, New Orleans, and Portland. So I think it's a very interesting situation. I also think something that hasn't been talked about a lot is, are you also trading for his brother? Like, what does this mean at the moment with his brother as well?
You're laughing, Ox. He's part of the deal.
I think he might have to be part of
the deal.
It's not just one, it's 2. Alex is on the roster too, right?
He's part of the deal. You can shake your head on you, but he's part of the deal.
No, yeah, that's. I'm sorry. I don't want your brothers.
Yeah, but then you don't
they can just waive him. They can waive his brother.
Yeah, he's that easy. It's going to be more embarrassing that way. Like, you're not. Remember, you got to make roster spots for those brothers. So
yes,
I'm not doing that.
Like Milwaukee has done over the years.
Yeah, Milwaukee's also been in not been out of the first round for several years.
That has nothing to do with
not because
they don't have any. No, they don't have any depth. They don't have enough depth. They don't have enough depth. No, I know. It's injuries.
It is a person on your but it's a person on the Nuggets bench that has been on you guys' roster every single year the last 3 years.
He's not going to Denver
since the championship. But hold on. The point I'm making is, since your championship year, there has been a person on you guys' roster that does not play. That's the Nessus. Everybody has that player that just doesn't play.
I mean, for me though, like, you got to
sugarcoating it for him. If Joker had a brother, they would make a roster.
No, he wouldn't be on the team. I don't want one of Jokic's brothers on the team. No, I simply don't want that.
But Swiper, if Jokic said, if we're free agency,
no, you know how rare that is. That's crazy.
I need my brother to be signed. I need my brother to be signed, or I'm leaving. So you're gonna let him walk, Swiper?
Because the 15th.
No, are you gonna let him walk?
I mean, what do you mean? If I'm on the team?
If Jokic said, I want my big ass brother.
No, but he would. That's also.
But that's hypothetical.
I hear you.
Are you going to let him walk or not?
But that's also a part. I think that's also
that's
part
not
of
the point, Pin. The point is, if he did, are you going to let him walk?
Remember, we're doing segments supposed to not interrupt each other. I'm trying to respond to Chill. I'm trying to respond to Chill. The reason why that's so dumb.
Chill's gone. Answer the question.
The reason.
So you wouldn't let him walk.
Don't drop Chill. Bring him back up.
Swipe it. Just answer the question real quick.
The issue is.
I don't want to cause a ruckus. Swipe it. Just answer the question.
You are causing a ruckus.
Because you won't answer the question. Just
because I think that's dumb. It's dumb. That's dumb. Because one of
Giannis
the
does
reasons
that
is-
though, Swiper. Giannis does that. He
No,
actively
it doesn't
is
matter.
doing
That's nasty. Giannis, grow up. Your brothers don't need
We
to be on
know
this
it's
team. You ain't out here by
nasty.
yourself.
I'm
Like, I don't know
with
what to
you.
tell you.
Swiper, I am
I don't tell you.
100. I am
Well,
100,000%
stay
on
there.
with you on
Then
it.
stay there. Then we're not moving off that. I'm not adding your brothers to the roster. It's not
So-
happening.
so, okay,
but think
so-
about how
okay, so
crazy
let's
it
get-
is.
let's move
that-
forward. Let's
that-
move forward,
Giannis
Swiper. Let's
is
move
the
forward.
only. Okay, Giannis is the only person asking for something like that in the league. That's crazy.
He's not
I'm talking
the
about
only-
on
It
the
is
roster,
crazy.
superstar.
I think it's ridiculous. I
On
think
the-
I
I'm
think
talking about
Giannis
on
is.
the
I
roster,
think
players
Giannis
on
is
the roster.
ruined.
Somebody else
I
have a
think
brother on
Giannis
the
is
roster?
ruined the Bucks.
Bronny and LeBron. Whatever.
Wait, a
Giannis is
second.
ruined the Bucks.
But we
Giannis
had a
is
whole
ruined the
conversation
Bucks,
about Bronny
Swiper.
and LeBron when it happened though. Like
He's not the only one asking. for stuff.
Chill. Notice. Swiper has not answered the question. I want to
Let me get back to that.
I think
Swiper
she'll-
was trying to answer. Swiper
Okay,
was trying to answer
hold
the
up,
question,
hold
Swiper.
up, hold
he's
up,
not. He
hold
doesn't
up.
wanna answer the
What's
question.
worse, asking for a roster spot for your brother, asking for a roster spot for your friend, or asking for a roster spot for trees?
Anyway, yeah, I just think that I'm not. I don't
It's
think that's
all
a part of the
nasty,
deal,
man.
Damian.
It's all
I don't think that
nasty.
Giannis's brothers will be a part of the deal unless. I mean, I don't know. Like maybe if you gotta waive somebody to make room for Thanasis, well then you're at another issue because especially if you're going to a contender, you're running against the luxury tax and all that stuff. Like I mean that's just personally, I'm not doing it.
This is what I'm thinking, Swiper, because again, it wasn't like
at least
Thanasis
trees
is
create
just some guy
oxygen.
off the street. He is a professional basketball player.
Yeah,
It's
so
not
is
like
everybody else in the league.
Allegedly,
Yeah,
allegedly. Have
he is
you
a
watched him
professional
play?
basketball
You watched him play, right?
I have watched him play. And-
Allegedly.
He used to be good though.
Yeah, he used to be really good.
Define
But
good.
I'm a pro. He used to play. He played. I think he's on the Greek national team, if I'm not mistaken.
I
they all
wonder
are.
how he
All of
got
them are.
there.
Yeah, he's on the.
It's
he's on
Greece.
the national
He was
team.
good. He was good before Giannis.
No. Yeah,
He was good
no.
before Giannis was
At Panathinaikos, Thanasis was like that before Giannis was.
Yeah,
Giannis.
he's good in the EuroLeague and in Greece. Keep him.
Yeah,
look.
but he
When
was
Giannis
good.
was
Swiper,
still
though.
wet in the bed, Thanasis was dope.
Thanasis is a baller.
Well-
All of the brothers can play. All of them can play. There's no disrespect.
I
All
don't
of them
know
are good at
about that.
basketball.
I don't know about that.
They all
What-
can play. They all can
Nah,
play.
that
Let's
one
just
that one
say,
that just
this is
the
not
little
a
one that just got
Steph,
signed.
Steph
he ain't-
Curry situation.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Those two things
No.
are not the same.
Seth is
No, I'm
nice.
not doing
Seth
that.
can actually
Seth is
go.
good.
I can put Seth on my roster.
Yes, I can
But
definitely get
Swiper
that.
and Pin, though, if Giannis was to come to you guys' franchises, you
I
guys
said
would
he
give
wouldn't
up
do it
2
either. I'll add
roster
Ox in there.
spots for both
I would
brothers.
do it. Hell
Ox
yeah,
as
I would do
well.
it. No, you wouldn't.
Hey, Ox
Yeah.
to bring
Yes, I
Costas
would.
back from Greece.
Absolutely. No, I like Costas.
It'd be
I'll
all
get
four
Alex-
brothers
I'll
on the
get Alex
Kings.
up out of there. I want Costas.
I will let you know that when the Raptors were trying to recruit Giannis, they actually did sign Alex Antetokounmpo to the G League, I believe.
Yeah,
Just
I
to
know.
kind of give him like a little bit of a wink.
And
wink.
what?
We
And
like
again,
you guys.
that team has been cursed too. They haven't won anything either. So you notice every time you do this, you get cursed, and your franchise just falls into a pit of despair. The Raptors had to
Swiper,
rebuild
you
themselves
would
after
do
years.
this though.
No, I wouldn't. I'm sorry. I'm not
For
doing it.
Giannis to
I'm
come to
not doing
Denver,
it. It's
you
not
would give
happening.
up 3
No.
roster spots.
No, I don't have a free roster spot. Everybody.
So cut.
You are doing it.
So
So
cut.
wait. Let me ask you
So
this.
cut
Let me-
Zeke Naji
now let me ask
and
you
replace him with the Nets.
can't
You
cut.
absolutely
No,
would cut
you-
Zeke Nazi.
Doing this, Swiper.
You can't
Stop,
cut.
Swiper.
Cutting, you would have to waive, and then the issue is, I'm
Okay,
telling
yeah,
y'all,
It's the same
When
thing,
you're-
dog. Come on.
No,
Cut
no,
wave is the
Ron,
same thing.
You have to listen
It's
to the
same
way.
thing.
Because you brought up
Swiper,
Zeke
you would
Naji.
absolutely wave Zeke
There
Naji.
is $8 million
And eat that money.
on the books
You
for
would
the
eat
next
that
for
money.
this
Yeah, with
year,
that
and then the
money.
next. No. There's $3 million. There's $8 million, $8 million, $8 million. They would be putting themselves in the first apron. You know what that would do? You know what that would do?
Get you Giannis Antetokounmpo.
No, it wouldn't.
That's what it would
wouldn't
do.
actually. No, it wouldn't. I'm good.
It
I'm
would
good.
it would
I'm
get
good.
you the 2 best players in the
But
NBA.
Swiper,
they
you're a liar,
they
bruh.
already have a roster
Damien, would
spot
you do
open.
it, Damien?
So, go ahead.
Yeah, I think of course I would do it, but the thing is that I don't think it's
For being a man and answering the question.
I don't think it's
I
going to
said
make
no.
or break.
How is that not being a man? I said I'm not doing it.
I don't think it's going to make or break the deal, but I think to Ron's point though, the New York stuff I think is real, and I think as well it might be a bit realer because for the people that don't know, Giannis's wife and his 4 kids have permanently moved back to Greece.
Yes.
And from a logistics standpoint, it actually makes sense for him to be in a larger US city for commute wise, if that makes sense to people. So if I'm traveling to the US, for example, I actually can't go and fly straight into Portland or Sacramento or Cleveland. I actually have to go through JFK or LA. I actually can't, with the exception of Hawaii, I can't. So I don't know how many non-stops directs there are to some of these smaller cities in the US from Athens. But like Luka, for example, he's just had a kid. He's in Slovenia. It's far easier to go from Slovenia to LA than Slovenia to Cleveland, for
They got
example.
private jets.
So I think, yeah. So I know they got the private jets
Which are
and things. But,
ridiculously expensive.
yeah,
Be
but I
clear
don't
about
know.
that.
I think some of this stuff all plays a part. So I think there's definitely something there with Giannis wanting to be in a big market. Obviously, it's a trade.
The
so
busiest airport, by the way, in the world,
You know.
I believe, is currently
Is in Atlanta.
it's in Atlanta. So it's-
But Damian, my issue with the whole Giannis trade, I feel like Milwaukee has done everything that they could possibly do, right? So they upgrade at the point guard spot with Bledsoe. Bledsoe isn't it. Okay, so they move off of Bledsoe and they upgrade at the point guard spot and they get Drew Holiday. This thing works. We end up winning the NBA championship. The very next year, Middleton ends up getting hurt. So we got to go it alone and we end up losing in the semifinals. Well, now Giannis is asking to improve the roster. Well, they improved the roster because remember when they trade for Damian Lillard, he had a career year that year. I think he was like 32 a game, 32 and like 7, and they trade for Damian Lillard. Now, I didn't love the fit, but I'm thinking to myself, they're actually showing Giannis that we're trying to make moves to show that we do want to improve this roster and we are committed to winning. Unfortunately, we missed Giannis for the playoffs that year. He has the calf injury. And then the next year, Damian Lillard, he tears up his Achilles. So we miss him. So it's not like the Milwaukee Bucks have not been trying. Meanwhile, you guys, and I don't mean you guys up here specifically, but you guys out in the media, you guys in the world have been trying to get Giannis out of Milwaukee for like the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean,
Have they done a good
it
job?
can't be.
Have they
It
done
can't
a
be
good job, Joe?
understated.
Regardless
I think
of
that
what
they've done-
Giannis
I
was
think that
asked
they've
for,
done-
have they done a good job? I mean, yes, they
think
won a
they-
championship, but you're supposed to win a championship when you have one of the best players in the world. So
Sure.
have they done a great job of building around him? If you look at their future assets, if you look at their draft picks, if you look at have they hit, have they not, I gotta argue, I don't think they've done the greatest job. And I feel a lot of this comes down to Giannis.
So
I think he has to take some accountability for this as well.
Sure.
Right. But I think a lot of this comes down to the front office as well. Like, were you creative? Were you maximizing on those second round picks? Were you hitting the way OKC was hitting? I understand nobody can hit the way OKC hits. Were you investing in the pipeline? Were you firing your head coach like 30 games into the season, Adrian Griffin? You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff.
43 games, they were 30 and 13.
43 games, so I'm just saying, like, this kind of roster instability and stuff. I feel like Giannis wants to be the good guy, right? He want to be the good guy. He want to come out and say, yeah, I'm Milwaukee, I'm loyal, I'm humble, I'm this, I'm that. Behind the scenes, I feel like Giannis is like, yeah, but get me a team and I don't want to play with these bums and make 3 roster spots for my brother. So I feel like those two things are two different people. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like the person who's humble and lecturing us about the value of team and being patient long term is the same dude saying, get me help right now, wave Damian Lillard,
Why can't two things be true though, Pin?
Because
they can be.
But this is public and private.
I can be about my team, and I can also still be about my personal endeavors. I can want the best for my team and be a team player, but still want the best situation for me, my family, my legacy. Like that's all true.
I think he's come around a little bit more. He's come around a little bit more publicly saying that he wants to be on the contender, because I think he saw this coming when Damian Lillard went down and things like that. I think he was planting some of these seeds around. And to Swiper's point, he's always been sort of tethering on, you guys need to be doing enough for me to stay here. And I think for me personally, I think they went too far with the Lillard stuff. I think he was past the Dame that was good enough to come and make a difference if for them to win it all. I think the Drew Holiday they hit, but Drew was probably a less safe bet than Dame, like on paper. Like, it's crazy how these things can happen, but I think Giannis has always put pressure on the front office.
If I'm not mistaken. If Damian, I think him and Dame were the same age when I think Drew Holiday was 31 or 30, and they got Dame at what, 30?
Wait. Dame was coming off
I think
the best seasons ever.
Yeah,
The
Dame
best
was
season.
considered
The best
Dame
season
was
ever.
considered.
And can we talk about why
considered a
that
match
Dame
made
and
in
Giannis
heaven,
thing didn't work? Because Giannis is not a great screen partner for Dame, because he refused to set
100%.
screens, wasn't great at all that stuff, wanted to play with the basketball. Look, man, LeBron takes a lot of slings. Okay, some people say he skirts responsibility all the time. Jokic, if things don't go right in Denver, I feel like people are always blaming his defense. The one star in the league that somehow always gets away with it is Giannis. And I'm not saying he doesn't deserve that he doesn't deserve all the credit that he gets, but can he get some of the blame too? It's always somebody else's fault. It's always Dame's fault, Drew's fault, Chris's fault, Doc's fault.
Would it be because he's in a small
Everybody's
market?
fault.
Do you think it's because he's in Milwaukee? Like if he was in New York or if he was in Boston or in Miami,
you know what?
you think he should get more heat?
He about to find out, because if he goes to New York and they don't go to the conference finals, I promise you, it ain't gonna be Jalen Brunson. It ain't gonna be Jalen Brunson. It's gonna be him.
It depends on who. Like if that's the trade, who's the trader for? Because what they said that they're not looking for Cat. They want OG and Mikal.
They do not want Cat.
That's
complicated
ridiculous.
with New York.
And the New York Knicks should not do that. But
Which,
I mean, with the thing with Dame, like Dame wasn't gonna be a championship piece for them. Like we all knew that.
Why?
We all knew that.
Why not?
Because
he was a great player.
Yeah, why not, big guy?
When that trade happened, like the internet lost its
Dame,
mind.
like,
You didn't like it, Ox, right from the beginning. You did
because there's
you didn't
a
like
big
it.
difference between Dame and Drew. Like Dame is a chucker.
Yeah, Dame's way better.
Drew
and I
is a
love
perimeter. Drew, it's not about that. Clearly, it's not about that. It's clearly not
Keep going,
about
Ox.
that.
Keep
It's
going,
about
Ox.
what the other one brings. Drew Holiday is at that point was a top tier perimeter defender in the NBA.
Sure.
Damian
going,
Lillard,
Ox.
who was a super talent, an incredible talent, brings nothing on that end of the floor. And I mean, he's a chucker. Like we knew that. He was chucking in Portland, and that wasn't going to turn into winning basketball. As good as Damian Lillard is, and we all know Damian Lillard was an incredible basketball player. It just wasn't going to work, y'all. And I think, and to your point, Penn, I think Giannis deserves a little blame for forcing the front office to make such a rash decision like they did, but it just wasn't going to work out.
Why
so,
is Dame a
That's why.
chucker? Why is
I don't like that
Dame?
word.
I
To
don't
be honest
know
with
why
you,
you
Ben,
don't
I
I
don't
don't,
like
I don't
that.
like that word at all. Put some
I don't
respect
like
on
that.
Damian
gotta
Lillard.
like
Dame
it.
was-
The facts is the
they-
facts. All right.
Okay,
No, the
so
facts are
Chuck
he's
is-
one of
The
the
facts,
most
the facts
efficient
aren't here to
No,
be
in
liked.
the league.
No.
The facts aren't here to be liked. The
But
facts are
Chuck
here
is-
to be
but
told.
okay, but that's not a fact though, because Chuckers are dudes who just shoot the basketball. Dame was ridiculously efficient. So let's start there. That's number one.
You can be an
Number
efficient
two,
chucker.
No, you can't.
okay, no,
Why
You're
not?
just a bucket getter.
Dame
What
is.
the hell is an efficient
what you are.
chucker?
no. Those two things are not the same, Ox.
Damian
Absolutely
Lillard
not.
is a chucker.
But to
Like,
Penn's
all
point,
right.
but to Penn's point, Penn, you made an
All right,
interesting
then Penn,
point.
how come he couldn't win?
Because we
Because
were
the
good
best
at
basketball player in the
McCollum
world.
was
Because
his
he kept-
second
No,
best player for like 10 years.
I'm not talking
How's
about CJ
that?
McCollum. When CJ McCollum was outplaying Dame in a lot of those play, we'll not get to that. Let's not get into that. Let's not get into Damian Lillard's. Let's not get into Damian Lillard's tour dates. Let's not get into Damian Lillard being outplayed by CJ McCollum. Let's talk about why couldn't Damian Lillard play with once. See, that's what I'm saying. Y'all are so highlight
Once?
merchants. That's why Adam Silver
Once?
is here for you guys like you.
I wasn't a highlight.
Highlight merchants. Highlight merchants. Anyways,
Once?
No, that's
why?
not-
Well, how come he couldn't do that with Giannis?
Okay,
Because
it-
Giannis
to
couldn't
Penn's
set a
point,
screen.
Because Giannis can't set a screen. Come on.
Yo,
Yeah,
that's,
that-
that's what I'm trying to say.
be
Like
for
you,
real,
you
bro.
guys want to say Damian Lillard's defense is the reason everything went wrong. What about Giannis's defense, huh? You think Giannis is a great defender right now? Have you been
He's a
watching
better-
Giannis
he's
the
a
last
better
5
def-
years?
a
Because I
better
have.
defender he's a better
Yeah, for
defender
sure.
than
He's
Dame.
a way better defender than Damian Lillard. Let me clap for
Okay,
you.
so
Let me
that
slow clap
matters.
for you. Come
That
on,
matters.
man. No, look, Giannis is a great player. I would argue right now.
Damian Lillard is
if you
6'2"
told
and
me
can't
Giannis
guard
the best
anybody.
player- look, if you told me right now Giannis the best player in the world, I'm not even gonna fight you.
Neither
I'm not
can
gonna
Jalen
fight you.
Brunson.
You
can't
can make
fight
a
it.
really logical point that Giannis is the best player in the world. Can we hold him to the standard that we hold other great players?
Well, yes,
Can
he's a
we
four,
do
What
he's
is
a
this
four- he's a four-
conversation about now?
He's a better defender than all of them, Penn.
Why it's not worse?
He's a
Why
better
it-
defender
why
than
it didn't
Shaq.
work,
He's a
Swiper?
better
Why-
defender than
why-
Jokic.
No, hold on,
He's a
hold
better
on, hold
defender
on,
than
Ox. What'd you
Luka.
say, Chill? What is the
He's a better defender than all of them, Penn.
what is the
Wemby?
context?
The context
Wemby's not on
that
his
we're
level.
talking about, Penn was talking about like Giannis having some blame. Now, Penn, what I want to counter your point with is Giannis isn't like Kevin Durant. Giannis isn't like all like many superstars where you could just throw guys on the crew with him, and with throwing guys on the crew with him, it's just going to work. Giannis has a very specific skill set, and it's really difficult to
Why do
build
we need to
around a
blame
guy.
Giannis at all?
Okay,
Because he can't set screens.
No. But I'm asking legitimately, y'all. Like I think we can. Cause I don't. First off, I don't like
Swiper,
this. When
it's these two right here.
Okay, Ron. I just
We're
hold on, chill.
We're having a conversation. That's what we're doing.
I
That's what
I
we're doing.
think.
I'm not pointing fingers, Giannis. This is your
Was
fault.
LeBron
I
not held
think-
responsible when things went wrong in Cleveland?
Okay, cool, Pin. Hold on, just 2 seconds. I think what we have been trying to do as a basketball community is trying to actually have educated conversations about basketball. I know on this show we have to get into the narrative talks because Tweedledee here wants to make sure that we get the clips that we need to get, and boom, boom, boom. He's a clip merchant. We know Ron's a clip merchant. What I'm saying in this instance.
Oh, so that's why I'm Penn and Chill's favorite.
Yes.
Right, Ox?
Yes. Agree. But in terms of like blaming people, I don't know. I think it's disingenuous when people blame Jokic, for instance, for like why they haven't won. It's not the best player. I think it's disingenuous to blame the Bucks and for blame Giannis for the Bucks' failures when I think the roster is shite. And I said, remember, Penn, going into the year, the roster was
You did say that.
shite. And then Chill and them were talking about Ryan Rollins and boom, boom, boom. That's shite. That roster isn't good.
Ryan Rollins.
And but that's
keep
fine.
going, Swiper. Keep
That's
going.
fine.
Let me guess, Ryan
But
Rollins
if you
is
go,
carrying
it's not
Giannis
about.
Keep going, Swiper.
It's not
Keep
about
going.
your roster. If you have 1 or 2, 3 good players that are above average NBA players, that's fine. It was also the coaching, it's the scheme, how the team plays together. All of it. Everything goes into it. I never believed in the Bucks. Never.
No, you
never
did not.
once believed in the Bucks.
No, you
I never came off that. And I told y'all early in the year when they were winning, I was like, brother, this is not going to sustain itself. It's just not the way. I promise you it's not going to work. This is Portland in 2023. And I said it then. I'm saying it again to you. Giannis needs to go, I think, because he's done everything he can for that franchise. He's been elite for that franchise. He's a top 20 player ever. Like, he's done everything. Players don't play 11 years in one individual situation anymore, Ben, and you know that. Like, we will be lucky to get Jokic playing all of his career in Denver. That doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Giannis just got hurt again.
For the most part, are pretty loyal. They do.
But
stay
with
around,
everything
for the
that you
most
just said, but with everything that you just said, Swiper, everything that you just said, this roster, the way it was built, we knew who Giannis was for this roster. Kind of like what was going on in Philly with Joel Embiid, how much responsible he was for almost everything.
What year?
So I want to hold you to
whatever
that.
year.
How many?
No, but Embiid never. No. Giannis,
you said
Embiid has never had a roster like this, brother, in his prime. In his prime.
Can you repeat what you said? You said they have 2 to 3 legitimate players. Is that kind of? Is that?
I mean, I'm just saying above average. Yeah, like above average players.
So I want to just ask you some questions here because that's what we do around here. We clip farm.
Penn, you don't have to do this right now.
Please,
I know what you're
let's
about to do.
this,
You don't
Ron.
have to.
Please,
AJ Green, is he?
Don't say I didn't try to stop us.
He's cool. No, he's cool. He's a good
Don't
player.
say I didn't try to host.
I don't want to be
Go ahead,
disrespectful.
Penn.
He's an NBA player. He's a
Ryan
specialist.
Rollins.
He's a specialist.
NBA player.
He's good. He's made a. That's an MIP. That's an
Miles
MIP
Turner,
candidate.
starting center for the finals last year. He all right? He all right?
I like Miles Turner. I do like Miles Turner.
Kyle Kuzma.
No, I don't think he's an above average NBA player.
Kyle Kuzma has been hooping this year, by the way. So just
I'm fine with that.
Kuzma? Who's
They got
been all right this year.
1.5 above average NBA players, and the rest are average, and under that are not good.
Bobby Portis.
But I think two things can be
Bobby Portis
true
not
at the
good.
same time.
Simple.
Two things can be true at the same time.
Wouldn't play in Denver. Wouldn't play anywhere. Okay,
I didn't say
the
scrub
crew
either.
was put together.
Kevin
I don't
Porter
call
Jr.
NBA players scrub, by the way.
Wait.
KPJ not
Because
good?
what we're doing is we're getting off the rails here.
Yeah, it is off the rails.
The way that this crew was put together, right? The way that this crew was put together was for Giannis, and they were all of these guys. There was no number 2. There was no Tyrese Maxey. There was no James Harden. All of these guys were playing off of Giannis, and it was working. They were 7-4. Then Giannis goes out of the lineup. With Giannis going out of the lineup, they dropped 7 straight games. Swiper, the reason why they dropped 7 straight games, because everything that we were doing was going through Giannis. Now somebody else has to have the dominant space. We don't have anybody like that. So what happens is this thing goes the other way. Now Giannis comes back. We have to get back to that. And we're asking Giannis to save us from that. Only except he can't do it because we've already gone this way. That's the problem. Had Giannis not gotten hurt and we were able to still continue to do what we were doing, this team would have been winning. I don't think that there's any one of us up here that thinks that the Bucks could have won the NBA championship.
No, but
I
it's
don't.
not,
But
it's not about that.
I do think that they would have been extremely competitive.
You've already
had Giannis been able to
self-admitted
stay
that
healthy.
the game for players at that level is about winning championships. Cool. But I'm not all the way there. Not everybody can win multiple championships. Even making it out the first round would have been a problem for them, even if he was healthy. They're not that. I don't believe in the team, period. I don't believe in the team. I don't think the team is good. The metrics don't say they're good either. All the stuff that I use for talking about all the NBA teams, they don't perform well on any of that stuff. But the problem is Giannis is very good, and when they play versus teams that are like not great, they can cook. They can cook. If you're not great, they're going to cook. If they hit a lot of threes, chill, they're going to cook. The problem is sustainability. Did I think it was sustainable when you play versus higher level competition in the playoff setting? Would it work? No. I didn't believe so. But chill to the point. Yesterday we saw Giannis, one of the best players of all time, at the peak of his powers. He did a simple play, offensive play. He ran around to go back up the field or go back up the court, and then he dropped in like a haystack because he felt something in his leg, and now he has a calf strain. At the very best, he has a calf strain that holds him out for a few games. At the very best.
It's a month. I think it's going to be out a month.
At the very best. So now we got to get into a situation, Chill, where they're going to suck even more. So then they're going to be like what? The 12th seed, the 10th seed, the 11th seed.
Good.
No, it's
you
not.
Know why it's good? Here's why it's going to be good. Because you know what I literally heard you guys talking to me about? Ron, can you tell me about the 2026 draft? What kind of draft is this?
Why would Giannis want to?
Oh, you got the big five.
What kind of draft is this? Because this one
Cam
is
Boozer.
That's good.
Apollo Banchero prototype. AJ DeBanza. A Tracy McGrady prototype. Darren Peterson. He's been compared to Kobe. I'm not going to go that far, but he has been compared to Kobe
since Bryant. I think that's what I heard. The best guard prospect since Bryant.
Nate Amit.
Do they
he
have
is
their own
very similar, very, very similar to Zachary Ricochet. And a couple drafts ago, he may have been
They get the less
number one
favorable
overall
with
pick.
Atlanta.
Between Atlanta?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they're going to be – so they'll be drafting at the 21-22 next year.
Yo, Hoodie Mello.
But I think
No, one second.
It's one of my favorite players ever. So
Yeah. I just Hoodie Mello is one of your favorite players. That checks out.
Carmelo.
You said all the analytics you use point to the fact that the Bucks are mid. I would like you to consider one of the analytics that you might have overlooked, which is what do the Bucks look like when Giannis is actually on the court this year?
I don't care.
You don't care.
See,
I'm looking at their team.
What?
I'm looking at the team. I'm saying no.
Chill. Don't let them gaslight you
He
here.
can't play
They
on the
are a
court
good
48
team
minutes.
with Giannis on the court.
They are a damn good
They're
team.
what? No, wait, no, hold on. They're what?
They are
a
one of
damn
the
good
best
team.
teams in the NBA. With
Okay.
them on the court.
Yes. They were
How
a
long?
good
And
team
then,
when Giannis
and then
was
what
on the
happens
floor.
after 7? So the 17 other minutes he's not playing in the games he's not playing. They're currently 11-12, and they're 21st in the NBA net rating for dunks and threes.
And
They're a bottom 10 team. All
With
the
him
full season.
on the court,
That's
what
it
are
sound
they?
like.
But
That sound like the Denver
this
Nuggets
is
last
the
year.
issue with this though. I understand
but I think-
what you're saying, but like they're a plus what? They're a plus what with Giannis this year?
Oh, they're plus 8.7, but look
Oh,
at
that's
their
great.
offense
Yeah,
rating.
that's cool.
125.6.
That's all right. I mean, that's okay. I mean, versus the other stars in the league, like I don't know, like SGA and Jokic and all that stuff. That's not that great. I think that better than Luka. Might be better than Luka. Who knows? It's not. Whatever. I just think that's fine. But at some point, Giannis can't be carrying the load every single game for a bum
Joker
team.
was doing it.
Yeah, but
No,
this,
but
hold on,
that
this-
was years
hold on,
ago.
hold on.
That was
It was
years
last
ago.
year. Swipe up.
Y'all
No,
let Damian let Damian step in right quick.
No, but the thing is this. In a way, you're both right. The Bucks can be competitive this year and be a good team, but to Swiper's point, they're not a championship level team, and Giannis wants to compete for championships.
They're
And I
not
think
the
two
number one
things
net
can be
rating,
said.
by the way.
Two things can be true at the same time. Giannis could. I think Penn, you have a point. I think Giannis does deserve some of the blame in terms of this team being depleted with limited flexibility, limited draft capital, and all these things. I also think he could have given everything to the franchise, which he has done, which is fine. And because he's put pressure on the front office, it's okay that you went for it. There's only so many times you get a Giannis on your roster. It's okay that you emptied the treasure chest of assets that you have to go for it, and it didn't work out. And Dame did it his Achilles, and Chris Middleton regressed, and all these things happen. It's okay. But I think now, it doesn't really matter actually who the blame is. I think he's going to be on the move, and I think it also has trickling effects. Miles Turner, came to this team because he thought they were going to be a good team and potentially compete. What does it mean for him? What does it mean for some of these other guys? Is there any point keeping a guy like Kuzma when Giannis goes? Like, there's going to be implications for this roster, but it's about getting the biggest haul possible. It's just about getting the biggest haul possible right now and hitting the reset button.
Giannis, we got to start over. If you lose Giannis, we got to start over.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
No, and look, two things can be true. Yes, there is not maybe enough around him, but I do want to say the Bucks with Giannis on the court have a higher offensive rating than the OKC Thunder do with Shea, than the Lakers do with Luka.
Where's the
this
defense?
season.
Where's the defense? They're plus 8, right? You said they're plus 8.2.
I'm talking just offense, bro.
Okay,
Just
well,
offense.
on the season, it's plus 8 to 8.2. Their defense is a 115.5. And do we know where that will rank in the NBA currently? Not great. Would be great.
At the bottom of
Be
the
horrible.
like that.
So some of this is simple as this. And by the way, somebody lied in the chat. They don't have he doesn't have the best net rating. If you're saying on off swing, I only know if he's number 1 in on off. But
He used to be.
I don't know. I'm saying I don't know, but that I think speaks to the issue, Pin.
Yes,
I don't know.
he is. You know that. Yes, he is.
You don't even know what it is.
You
Ron.
know all the
I'm
Jokic.
not
You
gonna
know
lie.
all the Jokic
Ron,
numbers.
Ron,
No,
you know what's
you
funny?
know all the Jokic
Ron,
numbers, but when it comes to
Ron,
Giannis, all of a
I
sudden,
would
conveniently, you
pay.
forget. You know all the Jokic numbers.
I don't know. I forgot what your currency is. I would pay good money in all 3 of our currencies. That Ron, if I asked you to look it up,
and you would be broke in 3
No, yeah,
currencies.
No, I don't.
Well,
but
actually,
I'm saying
4
I don't know what
currencies.
the
You already
the
broke
term-
in 1
the term
currency.
is.
Whatever those currencies
Australian
are.
dollars.
Swiper, whatever those
Peter,
currencies
you're
are.
extremely
Australian dollar buys
condescending on
65
like
US
basic
cents.
questions.
Wait,
I
Swiper,
legit
stay
don't
there.
know.
Swiper, stay
I'm
right
asking
there.
an open question. I
I've
don't
answered
know.
your question 3 times.
Swiper, stay right
Australian
there.
No,
dollars,
but hold on.
Canadian
Just,
dollars.
hold
They're
on.
not
Hold
called
on. Chill. Hold on.
make-believe.
Chill. Hold on. Chill.
They're called
Pen, and
dollars.
you
Hold on,
stop yapping
hold
for
on,
2
chill.
seconds.
Hold it.
Ron, if you can look it up on your own, I will pay you. I'll pay for your lunch today because it's what? It's 8:38 where you are. I'll pay for your lunch.
You can't afford my lunch. All right.
There we go.
But speaking of affording lunches, ladies and gentlemen, I have a place where you can pay your lunch if you go there, and it's called Splash Sports. See, the cool thing about Splash Sports is it can pay for your lunch if you have high basketball knowledge and IQ. You see, unlike Swiper, I can come here and I can use all the on-off numbers. I can use all the advanced analytic. I can use the VORP to know which players' BPMs are going to affect my Splash Sports contest. And it's very simple, y'all. You go to Splash Sports, you pick the players that you like in the sport that you like, and you choose more or less on their player projections for that night based on the advanced analytics. And it's the reason why I win so much in Splash Sports, because I know ball. So here's what you guys need to do. You download the Splash Sports app. Now, you can do that by scanning this QR code on the screen or clicking the link in the bio. After you do that, you would choose 2 to 6 players, pick more or less on their player projection, and it would essentially be you going to the bank. Now, here's the thing, y'all. Big Ox has been doing this for a very long time. And although Big Ox may swing and miss, every now and then, Big Ox will hit a home run. And so, Big Ox,
Every once in a while.
what is this right here?
So these were yesterday's picks. Franz Wagner, more than 24.5 points. Obviously, he hit. You know how Franz gets down. Cam Johnson, less than 19.5 points in rebounds. That was so obvious that he wasn't going to hit that. Darren Fox, 9.5 assists. Yes, I think we have a new Lester on the Nuggets roster. De'Aaron Fox, more than 9.5 assists plus rebounds. He got 10 regular day in the office. And of course, my man, TJ McConnell, 19.5. And he took care of business, as TJ always does. So that was good for us. Easy money, I say.
Take the more on TJ. Whenever you bet in TJ, take the more.
Yo, so
Yeah.
Swiper,
Yeah.
that's why I don't need you to pay for my lunch today, because I'm already taking somebody else's lunch money. So tomorrow I'll come see about you.
Hey, shout out. Cam actually played well yesterday. He just didn't need to shoot the ball because I don't know if you saw somebody was making all their shots last night. So, didn't really need to touch the ball. Hey, by the way, that Lester guy that Ron always talks about,
6th most efficient game in NBA history.
I'd be curious to see Ron talk about his season this year because, as I've told you, he's having an all-star season. Might be higher than that.
Busy last night.
He's going crazy.
Busy last night.
He's going crazy.
He has two of the 6 most efficient 50-point games ever. NBA
Ron,
history.
I told you, you're going to have to come off that Lester thing, Ron. I told you that already. You're going to have to get off that.
Nah, chill. The whole Lester, we all know the whole Lester thing is a joke.
Oh yeah.
My only thing is he's not making an all-star team.
I mean, at this
Like
rate.
as dope as he is, and as
Good
busy
brother.
as he gets, and we know that he's a playoff riser, 100%. But he's not making all-star
We've
team.
definitely seen him drag.
I think he
Jokic
might make
to
the
some
All-Star
playoffs.
game this year. Good brother.
Well,
It actually, right quick, Pin. It's funny that we're talking about Jamal Murray, and it's funny that we're talking about whether he'll make the All-Star game because it's U.S. versus world. Well, friends, family, viewers, listeners, today we will be talking about the top international players. We have comprised the list. We put it together. And as you can see right here, hold on, wait, just give me a second. As you can see right here, we will be getting into our top international players. So you guys just hold your horses. Whoa, wait, where'd this come from? We will be getting into everything that you guys need to know. Just bear with me.
This one right
Just
here.
bear with me.
This one right here. Awful.
Bear with me. We're going to make this right, y'all.
How much did Giannis pay you for that?
I promise you, we're going to make it right.
I would say all the time, Mars sucks. Ron, you suck. That's what you
Hey, man, where Giannis goes, his brother comes too.
Yeah, we're keeping a roster spot for Thanasis too.
Facts.
Sure, the thing about it is, I really like the nasty stuff. Like
I do too.
He used to be dope.
Used to be dope. The Nassus used to be dope. Like y'all talk about this dude like he's a running joke. I promise you, the Nassus when he was rocking, he would show up to your local gym and the best player in there, he'd eat that dude lunch.
Oh man,
he would eat that dude's lunch. I promise you that. Y'all dudes talk about this dude because he's Giannis's brother and he a hype man like Flavor Flav. Yo, I don't care where we at, whichever building and whichever open gym you go to, he would go into that gym and whoever the best player in that gym is, your favorite player, the dude that you think is awesome, the Nassus would have ate that dude lunch. I promise you. But this is what he is today. I bet you.
You can say that about most NBA players.
Yeah.
You
What Damien
freezing up
said
a
is
little
you
bit,
can
Damien.
say that about most NBA players, and I agree with that.
some of them dudes.
All right. We have super chats. And I mean, I've seen Ox let NBA players have it. It was a specific NBA player. I'm not going to say his name. Former NBA player, played for the Houston Rockets, amongst some other teams. Went to Kentucky, actually. I seen Ox get his dude. What you give him, Ox? It was like 33 and 17, 33 and 18.
It was a long time ago. I'm a bum now.
Well, I agree with that, but
Yo, shout out
what
to
did Damien say?
recognizing that your
Two
game
things
is
can
whack
be
as
true.
hell today. Shout out to recognizing that your game is whack as hell today, because my game is so whack today. Oh my god,
I'm garbage.
Trash.
That's why you got to film yourself in your prime so you don't forget, man.
Oh man,
My game is
good
so
times,
trash
though.
today.
Shit.
All right, fellas. Let's get into these crunch time chats. The first chat I got is from Tupac Westside. Tupac said, "Morning, fellas. Sorry, but Giannis has been in trade talks for years. At this point, I believe it when I see it. Also, shout out to Luca for baby.
Shout out to
number
Luca,
2.
man. Yeah, shout out to Luca, W family, W nuclear family, man. Shout out to my dog putting together a family, man. But yeah, I think Giannis getting traded, y'all. I hope in my heart of hearts that was Giannis's last game playing as a Buck. I think that situation is done and over with. I think he needs to move on. He deserves better. I think the Bucks need to get as many assets for him as possible. Again, I would like to see him in Atlanta. Trey Young, Zachary Ricochet, 3 first-round pick, including the Pelicans' first-round pick. So you get your swap.
No, Swiper. No.
Whoa.
Trey Young has to. If Giannis comes, Trey Young has to be there.
No, he does not be. No.
Like
Trey
they
Young has to be there, Ron.
gone. Trey Young is
Be an
gone.
interesting fit.
He's gone in this.
No, it is an interesting fit, but Trey Young is not Damian Lillard in the sense of, like, yes, I don't play defense. Yes, I'm a small guard,
And
but
I can't
can
score
pass
efficiently
my
at
ass
all. I'm a
off.
shot chucker. Yeah.
But that allows
That's
Trey
a
to
chucker.
be
But
Trey in his fullest.
But think about it, Ron. I want you to put this together. I'm with you, but I do think, Ron, think about this. You get there. I don't know if they'll take, depending on what happens with Dyson. I'll be willing to move Dyson if they had to have Dyson. I'm fine with that. But they would have Naw, Dyson, Jalen, and then Onyeka and Giannis.
Taylor will play the 3.
Who?
'Cause you still got Porzingis.
Jalen Johnson, play the 3 basically, technically. Like so, you'd
Well,
go
him and
jumbo.
Giannis alternate.
But I want him with Naw and Dyson if I can. If I can't have Dyson, then I would definitely want him with Nikhil. Like I think
I'm not mad at that though, Swiper.
The more defense
I'm really
he
not.
has around him, bro, I think he'll
Yeah.
be like a nightmare.
Yeah.
I get you.
And
I get
Penn-
you. I'm
and
really
Penn,
not
to
mad
your
at
point,
that.
And Penn, to your point, I think the wifey and the kids get on the plane and they come to move to Atlanta as opposed to Milwaukee. I think they come back.
Well, I
Think
actually
so?
hit up a friend of
Yes.
mine in 2020 when Giannis was potentially going to be a free agent, and I was just curious because he knows him from Greece, and I was like, "What is he looking for? Like from what you understand, like what is he looking for?" And this was 5 years ago, but he said one of the major things was culture. So I'm not surprised that he I've interpreted culture to mean a lot of things. I've interpreted it to mean obviously team culture, but also like city culture. Like he's from Greece, like he likes a little bit of that stuff. So New York makes a lot of sense for him. There's also a big thing about him wanting to stay in the East. So maybe the Milwaukee Bucks don't want to keep him in the East because you don't want to have to see your franchise legend 3-4 times beating you in the playoffs every single year. But I think New York makes a lot of sense partially because they have such a huge Greek population. But there are other cities in North America that have huge Greek populations. Chicago has a huge Greek population. Mm-hmm. Boston has a huge Greek population. Toronto has a huge Greek population. Mm-hmm. So I'm not really sure Atlanta is very high up on this list.
Why?
Don't forget LA.
Y'all got a huge Greek population?
Yeah. Los Angeles.
Y'all have a track record of winning?
We have a big population of in Atlanta?
Black people.
What's that? Black A. A lot of blacks.
So a ton of culture.
Okay.
A lot of Hispanics. We got a lot of Hispanics out here. We have a lot of international folks from Europe.
You're right, Swiper, because the black people only sprinkled in New York City. Yeah,
no, but it's not. They're only
on certain spaces.
New York is not the Mecca. New York is not the Mecca. This is the Mecca.
What does that got to do with Giannis?
Giannis. He knows.
Giannis ain't black. Like
yes, he is.
Giannis ain't one of us. Like,
yes, he is. He been here for a long time. He been here for a long time.
Giannis is not us. He black. I ain't mean like that.
We both Nigerian, so I don't know what to tell you. We both of us is Nigerian.
Well, you know what I'm saying, man. Swipe, Atlanta is not the type of culture that we talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. We're both Nigerian. My answer, she said so. I guarantee Giannis, we link up. You have a great time here in Atlanta, bro. Great time.
That's exactly what y'all want to do.
Are you recruiting?
Yeah, I'm recruiting. Absolutely. You think I wouldn't? You know how much business we would get out here if Giannis was in Atlanta? Are you kidding me? By the way, Ron, when you come here next time, State Farm Arena, when in the playoffs, if Giannis Antetokounmpo is in Atlanta,
Swap would open up a Greek restaurant serving gyro and saganaki.
All of it.
Yep. All these
I was about to say,
pita bread, Damian pita bread, all that stuff.
Are you saying, Penn? Are you saying that the economy in Toronto wouldn't boost if Giannis was up there?
Yo, of course. But you know what? Chill. Honestly, this stuff makes me kind of sick. Honestly, because I remember a little bit of a pursuit for a man named Kevin Durant up here in Toronto by the Toronto media, and they wanted KD precisely for the same reason that Swiper wants Giannis: dollars, eyeballs. Right? Me
or
personally,
just want to have Giannis in Atlanta.
I just don't care about that stuff. I want a good team, and you know what? Right now, Jalen Johnson hooping. I'm not trading him. Sorry,
they're not getting him anyway.
Okay, cool. Well, Trae Young is definitely going in that trade, but unfortunately, it's going to be Trae Young plus a lot of stuff. It's not
not that much. Trae Young plus Zachary Ricochet.
The mock on ESPN.
Crazy.
The mock on ESPN was.
First of all, no way in hell is Trae Young plus Zach Ricochet alone going to get.
They'll add something. I'm saying they're not getting Jalen. They can take Dyson.
Hold on, right quick, Damian.
Go ahead,
with the ESPN mock was Giannis, Cole Anthony for Trae Young, Zachary Ricochet. 2006 first rounder, 2027 first rounder, 29 first rounder, 2031 unprotected, if not conveyed, and 2031 other first rounder, top 4 protected. So,
shit.
You know how much you would get Darren Peterson this year, Damian. You get Darren Peterson or you get Boozer. Think about that this year, right away.
Yeah.
Wow.
Plus
Wait, you get that?
How do you get guaranteed at all?
How do you get that?
If they could, I mean, they're going to be top. They're going to have a horrible pick. They're getting the Pelicans pick. The Pelicans are legitimately
okay. It's the Pelicans.
Okay,
it's not guaranteed, but it's implied. You know, like, hey, I can give you this pick and you could get your shot.
It's going to be top 6 at least, right? Like,
yeah.
I mean, there's no way they don't get a top. Yeah.
Lower, 4.
Right.
And
I think it's going to be lower too.
You're the draft guy. You think there's a big 5. Like, if they get a big 5 and you get a chance to add that to like. Whatever else you get on your own picks, and then the future picks you're going to get for the Hawks. For me personally, bro, like I'm looking at right now, but I'm also looking down the road. How can you restock your artillery? I think that the Atlanta Hawks trade makes the most sense for both parties. If he wants to go to the Knicks, they don't have a lot of assets right now either. I don't know if they want Karl Anthony Towns on their roster because that would absolutely be who they would trade unless they're trading OG Anunoby and Mikal in some kind of way.
They said they don't want Cat Swiper.
Yeah, so you're playing OG and McKell then in that deal, and then you're like,
Swipe it. It's a 3-team trade. Okay. I don't bring Giannis and not keep OG Anunoby. It's no way. Right. I need OG with Giannis.
Sure.
So it's like it's a 3-team trade. And Cat's out of there.
Right.
Ron, I'm on your page. I'm Oklahoma City. You got to tell me no. I'm calling up Milwaukee, and what do you want? You got to tell me no. Absolutely. You got to. I'm giving you what I'm looking at this roster. I'm looking at my roster, and I'm telling you what's off limits. And I'm calling you every day, Ron. Like you said, I'm changing my phone because I want to make sure that we're going to be a viable team for the next, 5 more years. I'm absolutely in the Giannis sweepstakes. And there's a team that we haven't talked about. There's a team that we haven't talked about that I'm interested to know from you guys. How come Philly ain't involved in this?
Okay, no one wants them beaters, Paul George. Nobody wants them.
They can get involved.
No, Philly got some young guns.
No,
like,
but
let's
they're
not
ready to
act
come
like,
off of Tyrese Maxey.
But you're taking back Paul George.
No. VJ Edgecombe is it?
No, but
that's not a needle
money.
mover.
But think about it.
They would have to add the money, but we're just talking about like who would be the headline. Like they can add in Paul George's contract to make the money. Paul George wouldn't be the frontliner of the
They would
trade,
have 3 more years, including
V-
this year on the Paul George money, though. That's the problem. And because they already have the 25 from Dame and then the 25 from Miles.
They're not taking Paul George.
Shams just tweeted that Giannis is expected to be out approximately 2 to 4 weeks, so he's probably done in Milwaukee.
So let's take. I'm taking the more than the less, Damian. I'm taking the 4 weeks more than the 2 weeks.
So
But
San
by the way,
Antonio, OKC, Atlanta, and Toronto, I think are the 4 teams that could really make it happen.
But I think the Knicks are still in there too, Ox, because Giannis has expressed, from what we've heard from our reports from Brian Windhorst, he's expressed, I want to be a Knick.
He wants to be in New York. So what about Brooklyn?
But Giannis doesn't have
What? Brooklyn
like
has a lot of culture.
Well, he doesn't have a lot of leverage in terms of like he's not a free agent, so like he can have a preference.
Actually, he does though, Damian, because my deal comes off the books after next year. In fact, I have all the leverage.
Yeah, but in terms of Milwaukee has to view this as the opposite of what Nico Harrison did in terms of we're not doing this quietly. We need to canvas the league so we can, to Swiper's point, replenish everything we've lost. So I think Giannis needs to understand that too, that like it has to be the balance. You can't just go somewhere where you want to go and we don't get valuable, assets back in return. This has to be something that resets our future too. Like it's not about only what Giannis wants. Like,
Swiper, I'm not buying.
But do you not have to do right by your franchise
I'm definitely not
legends?
just going to hand him over for a bucket of extra crispy and a 6-pack, Damian. No, I'm not doing
That's
that.
what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I can definitely get with that. But Swiper, to your point, Jalen Johnson is 23 years old. You want Giannis? Hand the kid over.
No.
Hand over the kid.
No.
Hand over the kid. Or we got no.
It's not happening.
Hand over the kid.
They're not getting Jalen Johnson, brother.
I'm starting over, Swiper. You understand that?
They're not getting Jalen Johnson, brother.
I'm starting over. I need draft picks too. Hand over the kid, Swiper.
They're already getting Trae Young. The problem is Jalen Johnson signed a. No. What was Jalen's contract, Pen? Can you look that up?
He got
a
what's like 160.
It hasn't kicked in yet,
it starts next year, right?
Yeah,
he got a good contract, but Swiper though, like what if
he's a 2021 draft guy? This year.
You guys also got to understand like what do the Bucks command back though? Do the Bucks want Trae Young?
You're getting Trae.
I would want Trae Young. Do the Bucks want Trae Young? But this is what I'm saying though, Swiper. Just check me out. Check me out.
You can flip Trae Young as well.
Do you can do that, and it could also be a 3-team trade as well. But Swiper, and a 3-team trade changes things tremendously. But it's like, do I want Trae Young or do I want to go potentially get Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle, and Devin Vassell, something like that with draft picks? So it's like Harper. Like you gotta weigh everything that you want.
Harper is not holding up the Giannis trade. Stop saying that.
He is.
He's
I
not.
promise you, he
He
is.
shouldn't be there.
I promise you, he's not holding up.
You can say you don't think he should, but they just took him second in the
They
draft.
will hand that kid over.
Just because you're so high on Dylan Harper does not mean that the San Antonio
Atlanta just took Zachary Reese to say first in the draft.
Oh my God! You are not comparing Dylan Harper to Zachary Reese.
Why?
You're right.
Why?
Because one's a number one pick. One's a number one pick.
Hold on. Let me correct Penn real quick. Penn, what's up with your attitude? I'm asking legitimate questions. Zachary Reese.
We don't like your attitude.
No, he's a good player. He had a good end to the year last year. He almost won Rookie of the Year last year. He's a good player.
Harper, he's not close to Dylan Harper. He will never be close.
I mean,
to
Dylan Harper hasn't done anything.
Number one doesn't mean shit.
He hasn't done anything.
Alex Sarr went number 2, so he's the same as.
I didn't bring up his draft class. I'm talking about them as a player. Like Zachary Reese is a good player, and I think they would be willing to give him up. Dylan Harper, again, they have Stephon Castle and they have Dylan Harper. Both of them do. Like both, they have both of them. So it depends on who they want. I think in a deal like that, they would be willing to give up either one of them to get Giannis in this deal. They already believe in De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox is having a phenomenal season. They think he's a long-term viable project at the point guard. So
Imagine that.
They already have they have multiple guards. Multiple. Devin Vassell's gone. I agree.
Oh,
Keldon
De'Aaron's
Johnson's
good
probably
at
gone too.
basketball.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Okay.
Isn't Stephon Castle better than Dylan Harper?
Yo, right quick.
way.
I want to read this super chat from Jordan Reed. Jordan Reed sent through a $49.99 super chat. This could pay somebody up here's rent. Like I'm saying, I know exactly what somebody up here's rent is, and it can pay their rent. So thank you, Jordan Reed, for taking care of somebody's light bills.
Actually living on fixed rent.
Yo, shout out to Fixed Rent, by the way. Meanwhile, in New York City, we got studios going for $3,000. Get out of here.
You don't live in New York City. You got a mansion in Florida. Stop it.
Stop it. But anyway,
I wish that was my rent though. Shit, I wouldn't be
sorry.
ashamed about that.
Ron, you were making a point.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Jordan Reed,
Gardner's outside talking about dinero, more mas dinero, and talking about rent. Go ahead.
Jordan Reed is actually making a point, Chill. And Jordan Reed said at this point, there's going to be a lot of snubs this year due to the All-Star game format. The NBA should go back to East and West game. Instead of 24 All-Stars, do 30. Different 5-man units in each quarter and run your best lineup in the fourth. Dub show.
Just abolish the All-Star game. How about that? We're
Why?
done with this shit. Let them take a break and
I like the East vs West concept, man.
I like the
I like what we got going on now.
Well, the international can be fun. Let's just
The
do it
East,
for 1 year and see if it works.
Damian, the East
we're
versus
gonna-
Oh, no,
West
I'm
thing
interested
made
to see
way
it,
more
but-
sense when guys actually stayed put with teams for a longer period of time. I feel, right? Like when guys had a little bit more professional pride about that kind of stuff. Like the East is better than the West. Right now, the East and West hasn't really been a conversation for like the last 20 years. What are we really fighting about? The world versus the USA has become a conversation recently. So I feel like this is a really great test for the United States.
I feel you on
You know what
that, Pin. My thing is like every year it's gonna just be more complaining from me, from us, from the fans, from the people on ESPN. It's gonna be more complaining. Dudes are not there. They get paid too much money to try in the All-Star game. It's not ever gonna. The All-Star game is never gonna be good again. We need to accept it. It's done. I know Adam Silver next year is going to come up with some new harebrained, a little scheme, a scam. He's going to try something, and it's never going to be good again. Okay? We just need to let the All-Star game go and do something else. Like, I don't know what to do, man. I don't know.
But-
you know
but-
what?
but we never
let's
figured
have
out
a
if you don't
fashion
try.
show. Let's have a fashion show. You know what I'm saying? That's
let's
all
do
they
it,
care about
Big
anyway.
Axe.
Let's just do a tunnel. Let's just do a tunnel walk. Let's
Bad
do a tunnel
trolls,
walk.
bad
Let's do
trolls,
that.
bad trolls.
Let's do
No,
that.
swipe it. Wait, hold on, hear me out. Because dudes actually try in the tunnel. They try in the tunnel. Let's just have a tunnel walk or some shit. Like the All-Star game is
Ox, I actually agree with you. I do believe that they should have a fashion show All-Star weekend, and I think they should don the PC merch. I've been meaning to tell you guys about a special event that we will be doing in Portland at the Moda Center, partnered with the Trailblazers. Yes, it will be your favorite panelists here on the panel in Portland doing a live show, and you have an opportunity to get flown out. All-inclusive trip to chill with the panel all weekend, pull up to the live show, and go to the game with us as well, and sit in the press box. So here's all you have to do. You have to get all 5 pieces of merch, exclusive pieces of merch, and you will enter into the contest to get flown out. Now, the cool thing about it is there's a promo code PC25 that gets you 25% off all the merch. So we will see you guys in the Moda Center, but ultimately, when you get the merch, take some pictures on Instagram, take some pictures on Twitter, show off your merch, and let everybody know that you are really rocking with the panel. All right, fellas, we still got a couple more super chats, so let's see what people are talking about right now. The next super chat I got is from Bob Solo. What you think he's talking about, guys? Bob Solo said Cooper Flagg joins LBJ as the only 2 players 18 and under with 3 consecutive 20-plus games. Dallas looking better with AD. Giannis only coming to New York as a free agent. Trading for Giannis, you lose the support to his game. Go New York, go.
Man, shout out AD, man. Shout out AD.
Y'all never gonna find the cap space to get Giannis with all those contracts on your book. Giannis will be 45 years old by the time you get cap space. So is going to have to be via trade, Bob.
Shout out to Cooper though.
You definitely shout out to Cooper.
And
Shout out to Ryan Nembhard. He's been the best.
Nem Sanity?
Both of them.
Is it Nem
No,
Sanity?
dude.
We had
No,
Vin
it's
Sanity. We
Sanity.
had
He
Lin
just-
Sanity. It's
just
Nem
is good.
Sanity now. This is great.
Such a nice story, isn't it?
Yep. Two-way players are balling right now. Spencer Jones, that's another one. Shout out. Had 8 points versus the Mavericks. 16 points before that. Playing really well. Two-way players are valuable, man. And then you also have a set amount of games. You don't have to have them on a full roster, too, so you can keep them two-way for a while, which means you keep a roster spot open for a long time as well. So, yeah, shout out.
so Swiper, would you
Yes.
put the Nasus on one of those? To
You
get Giannis?
can't. I think he's on a full
He
full
is.
contract right now. Yeah.
Right. I was just asking like hypothetically.
Yeah, I wish he was on a
Hey,
two-way.
but Swiper, is AD playing good basketball?
I do think he's played well. He's not like been, 80 of like, time like last year, when he was like balling all that stuff. But he's been good. He has been good.
All right, the next super chat I got is from Whoopity Scoopity. Whoopity Scoopity said, I feel like SGA's growth from where he was to how incredible he is now doesn't get talked about enough about how rare that growth is. Shout out to the best player in the world, guys.
Is
Crazy
that growth rare? I mean, we see it every generation. Like we see guys who are awesome players.
Joe, what's another word
And-
for rare? Generational.
I don't think people thought he would be this good though. Like
Every
when
generation.
I did
got-
not think he'd be
You
this good. I'd
answered
be
your own
lying if I-
question.
I used
I think
to
it could
trade
be,
for
you know.
SGA on 2K,
That's
Damien,
fair.
like
Yeah.
to be the two guard. You know what I mean? The defensive guard on 2K and like
Yeah.
2K 2021.
I mean, I did not think he'd be this good though. I'd be lying if I thought he'd be
Nobody
this good.
thought
But
he'd be this good.
yeah.
for him to be doing what he's doing, I mean, 3 years ago, in the beginning of the 2022-23 season, if I told you 3 years from now, SGA is going to be the best player on the planet, how many of you guys would have bought that?
Not a chance.
Because I know I
No
wouldn't
way.
have bought it. I was still
No
having a
fucking
difficult
way.
time with Swipe. I was still having a difficult time with Swiper telling me that he was better than Jason Tatum. I was like, stop. What are we doing? We're not doing that. But now we're in a space. I think he's the best player.
To be honest, even when
No, I would have fought you. I would have been like, no, Scotty Barnes is going to be better. I would have fought you 3 years ago.
There you
but,
go.
I would have been damn wrong. SGA
Right.
is him.
But even when
Mhm.
they traded for him, there was talks like, yeah, this guy, he's not our guy. Like he's a nice young player, but we're still in this whole process of bottoming out, getting high draft lottery. But he accelerated like their process. Like they came in way earlier than I think they were projected to come in. Like they were still in the bottom out stage, but he just became a monster. So it was just crazy how it can work out like that. So best in the
All right,
world though.
then-
I don't know.
I think
I'm
it's a great
all-
argument. I think he's playing. I
Great
think he's playing
argument.
well enough. Yeah, he's having a great argument, especially right now. Right now.
Yeah.
I think him and
Damien, you
Yeah. Go ahead.
go, my bad, Swiper. Go.
No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say nobody up here can push back if somebody says SGA is the best player in the world.
No, you can't.
That's
Like
facts.
if you push back, you're just being stubborn.
That's facts.
Swiper.
Shout out to him.
I
It's-
just said that
Swiper
he has a
can't
great
push back
argument.
today.
I literally just said it.
Swipe is being very nice. Let's not.
Okay.
Let's
No, I
not
think
push
you,
it.
I give
did-
credit. You give credit where people deserve it. I think, but I also think at the same time, the people that are pro SGA are downplaying, what Jokic doing right now. Obviously, for
I am
gonna
not.
have to. No.
I'm not.
I just think both of them are playing like, they're both like doing some phenomenal things right now. I think SGA deserves a lot of credit for it.
Sure.
I think the scoring that the SGA is doing right now, it's just it's I don't even know if it's sustainable. It's so incredible. Like it's ridiculous.
This has been going on for 3 straight years now. We're in year
it's not.
40.
No, it's not. It's not though.
And
Like,
he's gotten better.
No, but what he's doing right now though is damn near unprecedented. Except for outside of not. I don't mean this like for. I'm just talking about stretch of basketball. What he's doing
Sure.
right now in a stretch of basketball is unprecedented outside of like maybe 3 other guards ever, which would be Steph, which would be Jordan, and then for some people it would be Kobe. For some people, it'd be James Harden. Depending on which ones you want to go. Because James Harden had some crazy like
Pretty confident that I heard
crazy
y'all
runs.
dudes tell me. I don't mean you guys specifically, but I mean in 2019, James Harden was compared to Michael Jordan. So like he's
So
the best scorer.
I think
ever.
James Harden had the
I heard
best
that.
full season isolation scoring season ever.
Ever,
I think
ever.
I think that he
that's
did.
that's what was going
Yeah.
on. I was listening to James Harden is the best scorer in
Bro,
NBA
why don't you like
history.
Harden?
So I mean with him being in that
I can answer the
space.
question. Okay.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think SGA is a much more efficient shot taker. I think his shot creation has improved over the years. His finishing at the rim is great. That three ball is definitely improved, especially off the dribble. I mean, he didn't have that 2 years ago. He's definitely got that now. I mean, the fact that he goes to the stripe as much as he does, that doesn't bother me at all because great players get to the stripe. Kobe Bryant averaged 9 free throws a game for his career. So I'm not trying to hear that from any of you dudes. I saw Michael Jordan in the playoffs against the New York Knicks in the Eastern Conference semifinals in 1989. He averaged 12 free throws a game. So I'm not trying to hear that bullshit about free throws. That goes in one ear and out the other with me. Great players get to the stripe. That's a part of being a great scorer, putting the defense at a disadvantage. So with that being said, SGA at the guard that he is, the shot creator, the bucket getter that he is, and how influential he is on the rest of his guys, it's been great, and I'm loving it. I think he's the best player in the league.
But chill.
Oh boy,
Isn't it true? Isn't it true that all these elite ISO scoring guards could do this too? Like for instance. Like James Harden, 16, 17, 18, 19. James Harden would 4-peat. James Harden would 4-peat. If you put James Harden right here, he would 4-peat.
He would fry these dudes 100%.
Right.
He would be destroying these guys.
What do you mean by 4P?
Hey,
4P what?
I mean, if you transplant, I'm talking about championship. If you put James Harden, that peak James Harden, in place right here, is it not true that he would 4-peat?
Damn, you put
On this
Bob
Oklahoma
Cousy
City
here, you
team?
might 6-peat. Shit.
Why not? Sure.
on this Oklahoma City team, like they're running the table.
Sure,
What you're
Pin,
saying?
yeah. I'm just saying. I'm asking you, Chill. I'm just asking.
I think that they have enough. To be honest with you, I think that the Oklahoma City Thunder have enough on defense to make up for the James Harden game that I know I'm going to get in the playoffs.
James Harden
Well,
wasn't a
no,
bad
well,
defender
wait,
all
but
those
Chad,
years.
y'all got to relax though, because Mars told us that James Harden wasn't as bad on defense as we thought he was, and y'all agreed.
In Oklahoma City, he wasn't.
No,
No.
Even in so I want the chat who's over here talking about also fuck defense. Defense doesn't matter because y'all all agreed with Mars when he was up here cooking me and Ron about the fact that James Harden wasn't as bad on defense as we thought he was. So yeah, I just want y'all to keep it consistent, please.
He's not as good as Shea is, though.
I don't think that's
At
Ox's
what?
point.
At what?
No,
Defense.
It was cold though.
Well,
man.
but it's not. But I think the
was.
defense
But
stuff.
he's a better scorer than Shea, though. So it offsets.
He's not a better scorer than Shea. First
He's
of
a
all.
better passer than Shea, so it offsets.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He is a better passer, and that is where the conversation ends.
You don't think Peak?
He
You
is
don't
a
think
better
Peak- hold on,
passer.
hold
That
on.
is it.
Whoa,
Chat.
Please,
You don't think Peak Harden has an argument for a better scorer than Shea?
No.
Or as good at? So
Hell
at their
no.
very
No,
best,
no,
when
no, no. We're
Harden-
not doing that.
So when Harden went on a full calendar year run, averaging almost 40 on like +9,
Oh my God!
+8.
Put
Pin,
down
he
the
was literally
spreadsheet.
unstoppable.
No, he was.
Put down the
unbelievable.
spreadsheet, Swiper. You heard Pin. Put down the spreadsheet.
Put down the spreadsheet for a second.
There is no
Watch these
spreadsheet.
people-
It's just
They-
remember what he was doing.
No, he was
basketball.
unbelievable, man.
No.
Like we can't.
Harden's
shortchange-
awesome. I don't need to.
What are you
downplay
doing,
Harden to
Penn?
boost-
Ron, here you go. You know what to
Oh
do.
my God!
No. Pin, what are you doing?
What am I
I
doing?
want to hear Damian. I want to hear Damian and Pin go. Damian, because
In the
Damian
2018,
never. He
2019
hardly ever
season.
pushed it back, but he felt strong enough about it to do it. Go ahead, Damian. Go ahead.
No, I think the defensive stuff is legitimate. Like Harden was never the defender SGA was, but we can't shortchange what Harden was doing, man. Back then, peak Harden was putting together the scoring stretches he was putting together was like some of the best we have ever seen. Obviously, he was manipulating the game a little bit, but we can't understate what that guy was doing,
what are you
man. Like
doing?
if you want to talk about some of the greatest peak scoring that's ever existed, Harden has to be in the conversation. So I
have listened to you compare Shea to Cade.
No, I'm not comparing Shea to Cade.
No. I've listened to you kind of put those two in the same sentence, and I'm trying to tell you that there are stratospheres of difference.
No, I'm not
these
putting them in the
players.
same sentence in terms of players. I'm putting them in the same sentence in terms of importance to their teams because I don't think their teams would be as good without them. I'm not saying that Shea and Cade are on the same level.
Right. And I'm saying that you can never put these two players in a similar sentence in terms of importance to the team, regardless of what load they carry.
Pin,
No,
I'm
you-
actually
Oh,
tearing
I
up
don't-
looking at this.
Well,
How do you mean,
Look at
though?
this for a second,
Chill.
Damian.
Just let
50.
Damian respond real quick because
How do you mean though? How do you mean? How do you mean they're not as important? Because Harden took a Golden State Warriors team all the way with Kevin Durant, man. Like he was the system. Like he nearly took down the greatest team maybe ever assembled.
I think that's a fair point. I think that's a really fair point. You could definitely make that point that James Harden was like that at that point. I'm going to say I don't like the way James Harden played basketball that year. I thought he was way too ball dominant. I thought his foul baiting was insane. I did not like his defense, regardless of what the analytics say.
It's foul baiting?
Yeah, but that's your
foul
subjective
baiting.
view on his play. Like the production, though, is it's irrefutable, though.
But the system is one that creates that type of production with D'Antoni. Wouldn't you agree? Like spread pick and roll, middle of the floor, James Harden, static movements. Like this stuff is designed to fail. I think heliocentric basketball is designed to fail. I think offenses need multiple counterpoints. That's why the triangle works so well. That's why the Spurs offense works so well. That's why the Golden State offense works so well. When you hand one person the ball and just say, go create every single offensive look, step back three, step back three, step back three, dribble drive, like that kind of, like that.
That's what the Thunder do.
But you don't think the
No, they
you don't think the Thunder? But you don't think the Thunder are catered around
the Thunder have multiple counterpoints. Hold on, the Thunder have multiple counterpoints in their offense. J-Dub was scoring 40 points in the finals. Shea will get off the peel. Shea is not as ball dominant, and is definitely not going to keep chucking if he's like,
Excuse me. Shea went 3 for 15 in the second half of Game 7.
But then
3
on
for
you proving my
15. He had
point, though, in
multiple
terms of-
stretches of missing multiple shots. He wasn't even efficient in the playoff run relative to Harden has more efficient scoring runs in the playoff than Shea did last year.
Do you fight that?
I will agree that Shea was not great in the playoffs last year. He would agree. He said it.
But what's that got to do with the
I don't
conversation?
think we were great.
You just said play style. Shea's play style let you less efficient basketball than James Harden did.
This is always a nastiness we get into when we compare like guys who are at the end of their career to the guys who are at the beginning of their career.
What's that got to do? We're talking about right now.
Hold on. I want to be clear about something. The playoffs are a tough adjustment for most young players. We saw LeBron go through it. We saw James Harden go through it. And we saw Shea Gilgeous-Alexander make his first deep run ever and win a championship. I think you need to give some credit to that.
What?
Yeah, but isn't Shea,
we're talking about the way they play.
But Penn,
Yes.
We're talking about the way they play.
We're talking about all the great players. Have we not seen great players?
You're criticizing Harden for doing something he did better than Shea last year.
Did Kobe not fail early in the playoffs?
You're not even addressing the actual point because you're trying to move off of what he said. James Harden, even in that run, that stretch, had more efficient playoff runs as a scorer than Shea did this last playoff run.
How old was he? How many playoffs?
James Harden?
You are not talking about playoff efficiency and James Harden and then holding your head as if I'm saying something insane. James Harden is one of the biggest playoff droppers in NBA history.
That's again another narrative.
Go series by
narratives
series.
are so strong. Narratives are strong.
This is a fact.
It's funny how you hold on to truth and reality
perspective,
until
man.
it comes to it's against your agenda.
Go
That's a very strong narrative.
No. This is not me bending reality to my agenda.
All right,
this is not the Matrix, and I am not Neo. I'm trying to tell you. Let me bend reality for you. Go through James Harden's
you're chatting, Pin. I'm saying you're chatting.
I'm
you're
moving.
You move the conversation. Because you moved it to how old was he when we're talking about actual production. What's funny is Damien, and what's funny, Damien, is we just said in the 18-19 season that we brought up.
You heard that we just put
Pin.
Alexander in the best
I know you're emotional about this conversation.
No, you got emotional.
I got it. So the issue is, Damien, what we were just talking about, correct me if I'm wrong, is James Harden, when he averaged 36 a game, had the best isolation scoring season of all time, averaged 16 isolation attempts in the NBA, and was the most efficient isolation scorer we've ever seen on volume ever. What he just said was there's not a comparison between James Harden as a scorer and SJ as a scorer. And then what he said was he didn't like the way that he played based on play style, so then he admitted that it was subjective. And then what happened is when I brought up, if you look at the playoff run that he had that was better than SGA and versus, I think, very elite competition, I would say better defense at that time versus the Golden State Warriors and others, he performed better on those runs as a scorer. And then Penn, when he heard that argument, then moved it to age. Is that not moving the conversation based on what it was?
You are talking about two players at very different experience levels in their career. And I think that matters, Swiper. I think that matters. Does it not?
Not for the conversation we're currently having.
But Penn,
not for the one we're currently having, no. Go ahead, Damien.
So
SGA, you made my point.
SGA and go ahead. I'm sorry, Damien.
I'm just saying. I think Penn makes my point though in terms of you talked about catering to the offense, like that D'Antoni catered to James Harden, but if you're saying that Shea's playing with a guy that can give a team 40 as well in the finals, isn't the offensive burden on Harden even more impressive? Like, all I know was I was watching the Rockets and Utah Jazz in the first round of the playoffs, and they were inventing ways, different ways of trying to guard James Harden. Ricky Rubio was trying to guard James Harden from behind.
Literally standing
They were inventing new ways of trying to stop this guy. That's all I know. That guy was unbelievable in his prime.
Putting their hands behind their back.
So in terms of
when they was covering
scoring,
him.
I think it's definitely a conversation. I'll give you the defensive stuff, but Harden at his peak, man, was something.
Penn, if I gave you a 25 game stretch from James Harden, 50 and 10, 32 and 10, 47 and 5, 35 and 9, 35 and 12, 39 and 10, 41 and 7, 45 and 6, 41 and 6, 43 and 13, 44 and 15, 38 and 7, 32 and 14, 42 and 6, 43 and 10, 38 and 12, 57, 58, 48, 37, 61, 35, 40, 37, 30, 43. Penn, if SGA was doing that today, we'd be calling him the best scorer ever.
But I don't.
We would say that.
I don't think about games like that, Joe. I don't think about your box score production as like the be all end all. I think about your overall impact on the game. I think about how efficient you were. I think about where you are in your career. I think about a lot of things. Okay, I watched James Harden shit the bed. Pardon my French.
So did SGA.
No, he didn't. There are
didn't
levels to shitting the bed.
So when he in the Memphis series,
so it's like shit.
Hold on.
You know what this
Damien,
is?
can you look it up? Damien, can you
Are you
look
talking
it
about
up?
the consistency
In the
of this
Memphis
shit?
Grizzlies
Grizzlies
series. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Sometimes it's just doodle streaks.
He's moving the pin.
okay.
No, Jamie, can you look up? Can you
Can't
look up
appreciate
what SJ shot versus the Memphis Grizzlies?
They didn't
please?
need SGA to beat Memphis, Penn.
No,
They did not.
exactly. They didn't. And tell us what he shot in that series, please. Since he said that James Harden essed the bed, I want to know what SGA did versus Memphis for everybody to remember. Since he is just moving the conversation and saying SGA obviously didn't do it. So now after we correct him, he can say, how old was SGA? How old was he? So Penn, so Damien.
Age, shit in the bed.
Can-
He
can
shot
you just
40% from the
If you're
field,
a ladies,
25%
in
from
game one,
three.
he went-
Wait, no, hold on, chill, hold on. No, Dame, say what you could say, because you're going to go through the games, aren't you, Chill?
Yes,
so
I
then,
am.
Damien, say the numbers and then go through the games again.
He shot 40% from the field and 25% from three.
Go through the games, Chill.
That's in the first round game. That's
In the first round.
Game one, Penn, 15 on 30% from the floor, 15% at the long ball line. In game two, 34% from the floor, 30% at the long ball line, 27 points. Game three, 38% from the floor, 28% at the long ball line, 31. In game four, 54% from the floor, 25% at the long ball line, 38 points.
Is that essing the bed, Penn?
Yes. I don't think that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was great last year. Okay.
But don't you think?
I don't think he was great. I don't think he was great, yo.
Okay.
What do you
all
want?
right. No doubt.
I'm not even
even
on. He was great.
Yeah, I'm not even on that right there. I'm just curious to know. Like, don't you think that version 2018 James Harden? Don't you think that if he had 7 hyenas out there on the defensive end that could just shut that whole side of shit down and be able to do what he does on the offensive end, score buckets and kick it to good shooters, don't you think that he would thrive? Don't you think he would win some championships? That's all I was saying.
No,
now, I'm not saying he's better than SGA.
I don't think he would
You
win
don't?
championships. No, because I think championships come down to a hell of a lot more than that. And I think I'm sick and tired.
Like what, Penn? Like what?
I think
Penn?
it comes down to accountability. I think it
here's
comes
some
down to you,
philosophical
your
shit.
best player playing defense. I think it matters that your best player is as selfless as SGA is. I think it matters that your best player holds your second best player, third best player, fourth best player, your coaches, your organization accountable. I think SGA is a
That's
championship.
what SGA does.
Yes, he
walk
does.
around like Chris Paul, big boy pants.
No, I want to. Penn,
Well, he
Penn, I
learned
wanna-
from the best, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He 100% did, Penn. And I want to stay right
Oh,
where I want to stay right where you are.
Dude.
To have guys like that, to Ox's point, to have guys like that on your crew, and to be able to have those guys protecting you the way that those guys would protect him, he would compete on the defensive end. That's number one. He would 100% do that. He would have to. Let's start.
Chill.
there.
He was leading the league in steals. Now I understand that leading the league in steals doesn't make you a great defender. I always
Yes,
say
it
that.
does.
But
yes, it does.
No, it
No,
absolutely does not make you a
it
great
definitely
defender.
does not.
What it means, what it does is say that you will participate in a defensive scheme. What it means is you will get busy and get in the passing lanes. It means that you'll reach a little bit. When you got Casey Wallace, Lou Dort, J-Dub, and Chet with you, that's all you got to do. All you got to do is just get in the passing lane, put a hand up, boom, the ball's coming to you. Now, I'm not saying he's as good of a defender as SGA because I don't think he is, but I also don't think SGA is this Tony Allen that Penn's trying to make him out to be. What I'm saying is, if you got those dudes on the court with you, and Alex Caruso, who I didn't mention, and my man Isaiah Hardenstein, who I didn't mention, when you got that, and you're one of the best offensive players we've ever seen as far as scoring the basketball, passing the basketball, throwing lobs like James Harden was, you can't tell me he can't get on this basketball team and 4P.
I want to get chill.
personally.
You know what? We read out some SGA box scores, some field goal attempts and makes or whatever. Here's some. 1 for 10.
What
2
year
for
is this?
18.
What year is this?
2 for 14.
What year is this?
Oh, don't worry. It's his entire career.
No. We did one season for SGA, so we were just comparing him to Prime Harden.
Yes.
We were comparing him to one season from Harden. That was the whole conversation.
You know what? Let me just filter out all of Harden's young seasons and old seasons and just compare him to 1 year of James Harden, the magical year you want to talk about. How about this, Swiper? If you're going to be able to cherry pick stats, I'm going to cherry pick some stats.
The conversation
I'm
started.
talking about a career.
The conversation
1 for 10.
started.
Keep going, Pin.
Talking
Keep going,
about
Pin.
Prime Harden. That was the conversation.
Yapparella.
Why would
No,
I move outside of that?
Let Pin do his cherry picking. Go ahead,
10.
Pin.
1 for 10, 2 for 18, 2 for 14, 3 for 20, 2 for 12, 3 for 17, 2 for 12, 3 for 12, 2 for 12, 2 for 11, 2 for 11, 2 for 11, 2 for 11, 3 for 16, 1 for 5. Oh, my bad. That was young Harden. Let me excuse that. 2 for 10, 2 for 10, 3 for 14, 2 for 9, 4 for 18, 3 for 13.
Wait, what are these stats
21.
you're reading, Pin? What are these?
These are his field goals made and field goals attempted, and they lost most of those games.
Over how many years?
When?
Is this?
Like when?
This is his
what season was that from?
2012,
We're doing career bad games
2011,
from Harden.
Oh, you want the years for all those stats? 2021, 2018, 2023, 2019, 2024, 2017, 2015, 2020, 2012, 2015, 2012, 2011, 2012, 2023. It's his whole damn career. He's had a lot.
I mean, yeah, okay, Pin.
By the way,
he does that. He does
a lot of these
You could do that
come
for Shea
later
too,
in the
though. You
series.
could do that for
And you
Shea
know
as well.
what? This matters to me.
Right.
The
I thought we were
worst.
talking about 16, 17, 18, and 19.
There's certain players that do really well at the start of a series, and there's certain players who do really well at the end of the series. And guess which one I prefer? I prefer the ones who do well at the end of the series.
Didn't
Now, I
Shea
will
go 3 of 15?
never.
Shea
I
went
will
3 of
never
15 in
hold
the
up.
last
Hold
game
up.
we
Hold
watched
up.
him play in
I
the
will
playoffs.
never
Everybody.
ever come up here and tell you that Shea had a good playoff last year. I was first on the docket. If they lose a championship, he's going to have the longest summer of his life, and he is very lucky that J-Dub and Chet and Alex Caruso did everything that they did to make sure that he didn't lose that championship, because that would have been a hell of a narrative. I'll agree with that. But I will also say that I have seen him come up huge in major moments. I have seen more evidence that Shea is clutch than James Harden is clutch.
In the playoffs?
To date, yes, in the playoffs. So I'm going to say this very transparently to the chat at home. Mr. Swiper here does not like the fact that we are putting SGA
What did you call me?
Mr. Swiper.
Mr. Swipe.
Mr. Swiper. That's a term of respect. I'm respecting
Would you prefer
by
Mr.
telling you-
Wiper?
Would you prefer that?
I just don't know why we moved the conversation. We were talking about one season from Harden, and then we're doing all of Harden's playoff careers, and only his lowlights, none of the highlights. So that's the thing. He has more great games in the playoff than Shea does. So would you like me to bring that up and say, oh, Harden is clearly better? Because if you look at the totality of his career, he has more great games in the playoffs than Shea Gilgeous-Alexander does? Or would that be dumb because James Harden has a full career in the playoff? Why would I use just his highlights to talk about why he's better than SGA instead of just simply talking about what they're doing in their peak? That's it.
You're
That's
talking
it.
about peak.
There's no point in
I
doing
think
that.
we can both agree. I hope we can both agree that Shea has leveled up this year, right? He looks like a much better
We're talking
passer.
about scoring, brother.
Hold on.
The
He looks like a better
about
passer.
scoring.
He looks like a better passer. He looks like a better three-point shooter. His three-point shooting and
Is
passing.
he a better
scoring?
passer or playmaker? Is he or a better three-point shooter than James Harden?
No. But
None
is
of
he
those
a better
things. He's not.
passer and a playmaker than he was
Then
last year?
James Harden, no, he's not. No,
Okay.
that's what the conversation was.
Listen to
Ken,
my question.
if you want to end the conversation and change it to something else, we can do that. The conversation was about him compared to James. Is he a better three-point shooter, passer, or playmaker than James Harden? No. Is he as good of a scorer as James Harden? That was the conversation.
Yes, I think he is.
Sure.
I
think there's a conversation to be had. You said there's no conversation to be had.
You did say that, Payne.
That is how this started.
I'm telling you that he is not. I think the conversation ends at defense. That's where I think I'm going to say I think
We're
he's
talking about scoring, Pin.
But you
That's
think
all we're talking
Jokic is
about.
a worse defender than Shea, but you think Jokic is
We're
a better
not-
player than Shea. So, like, obviously,
We're not
defense isn't
comparing
the
them
end
as
all be
players.
all.
But we're not comparing them as players. This started as who
This
is
is
scoring.
simply the better
Scoring.
scorer.
Literally this. Literally
This is
this.
we can have
Same
a
about numbers.
conversation about them as a scorer. We cannot have a conversation, in my opinion, about them as players overall right now.
Why would
Because
we weren't having a conversation about that at all. We were talking only about scoring. And then Damian, after you said there's no conversation, Damian said there has to be a conversation. So then we had a conversation. And then you said, well, now you're go ahead, Ron.
I'm just to end this conversation because we do have to move on because I do want to get to the players of the month. And I do want to get to the Swiper. I know you want to talk about that. Pin, it might be a guy that you maybe don't want to talk about. But Pin, I do know you want to talk about the defensive player of the month. I would like to talk about the rookies of the month. However, to end this conversation, Pin, what is the gap between SGA and Harden, and who is that in favor of? As scores, strictly just scores.
I think the gap is openness. I think Shea gets more open. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I think he has a little bit more length, a little bit more size, a little bit more height, a little bit, his hands are a little bit bigger. I think he just has a little bit more control over it. Whereas I think when I like to do this, I like to break down game film and I'll look at how open you got on your release. Michael Jordan, probably the most open player ever. He got open ridiculous amounts. It didn't matter who you put on him. He was always open. I think the greatest players of all time get open. Kawhi got open a lot. DeMar DeRozan couldn't get open. The difference here is Shea gets open more. Last year, he was just bricking shots. He was missing threes. This year, I think he's leveled up. I think we'd be having a very different conversation about Shea in the playoffs this year because that three ball is the great equalizer in the playoffs. So I think Shea is a better player.
So you're saying you don't think he's going to shoot 29% from three in a playoff running game, basically?
Hell no. I don't think so. And if he does, we can have a conversation about a pattern emerging, and that will be a very troubling pattern. At that point, I'll be 100%
that makes him such a great scorer, though, is which I am on Shea's side in a lot of this. Shea doesn't need a three ball to be a dominant scorer. I think that is where he is. He is one of the very best mid-range, middle of the floor scorers of all time. So he doesn't even need a three ball. The three ball is just like, cool, great. Now you're like you've it gives you this much more leverage. But in terms of getting to the middle of the floor and driving, I mean, Shea, that alone puts him in combos of best score in the NBA. That the three ball is just kind of like, all right, we have no.
Is he
we
the
have
best
nothing.
scorer in the NBA right now, Swiper?
I think between him and Jokic, I think Jokic's having a crazy scoring season. Between him and him, yeah, absolutely. Between him and him, and depending on how
dude in
you
Los
value
Angeles
scoring.
that's averaging 35 a game. I don't know about that.
You said who? Luka?
There's a dude in Los Angeles averaging 35 a game.
Yeah, but I think, and I think real talk in the chat has been talking about this a lot. Luka's scoring, how he's scoring this year is
yes.
It's just a little
I personally disagree with that. I'm with Chill. I think Luka Doncic is the best scorer in the league. But y'all, we just did a whole segment on Harden and SGA, so we don't have time to get into that. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. But as of right now, salute to everybody that's in the chat. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to Player's Choice if this is your first time watching our show live, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on Twitter, or whatever platform that you may be pirating this show from. Make sure you bring your ass over to YouTube, subscribe and like the video. Then go to Twitter, repost the video, and like that video. And then go to Facebook and follow us on Facebook, as well as TikTok. That is our biggest platform. We have over 300 and whatever K followers on TikTok. We're not as big as certain people up here on TikTok.
Oh, here we go.
But we're pretty big.
Are you at a
We're
mill yet?
pretty big.
Hey, Chill, how many people on TikTok so far right now?
Relax.
No, I want to know. I legit don't know.
He getting to the middle soon.
Yeah.
Chill, what's the number?
Hey, Chill, can you give me 1 million?
No. Just say the number, Chill.
Can you give me 1 million?
I think I'm 3,500 away from 900,000.
Okay, but I don't know what's the
Yeah,
math
give
on
me
that.
1
What's
million.
3,900 away from 900,000?
I think I'm at 8. I'm at 8. No, I think I'm. Wait, I'll tell you right
The
now.
number is 895,000 and 800 followers is what Chill has.
Yeah,
Looks
so I'm like almost 4,000 away from 900,000. Okay, all right.
I don't know why you can't just say that. You know,
Can you
like,
give me
Chill,
one
are
minute,
you a
Chill?
billionaire? Yeah, I'm a billionaire. Say it.
I wasn't sure. Okay, great. Okay. Anyway, Ron, you were talking
Chill
about
that fake humble gimmick.
Yes. So
Chose
what we're
what?
gonna do, y'all?
But you asked Chill if he's 6'4", he'd be like, "Yeah, I'm 6'4". You see me?
You seen me before though, Swipe, but that's the difference.
That's his
I know
height.
you're taller than
These are
Ron.
his
I can tell you that
followers.
much.
Oh, man.
You
Chill
actual 6'4".
6'5".
No, he's not.
Chill, how
I'm
tall
not
are
that
you?
big.
He's not
I'm
6'5". You're just
I'm
short.
not that big.
You lie about
How
your
tall are
height.
you? How tall are you?
I'm 6 foot. I know what I am. 100%.
You do know people shrink
I can,
with age,
I can
right?
live in my truth. I can live in my truth. Chill. You're 6'4". Ron, you are 6'2.5".
Swiper.
Hold on.
Barely. I got
Chill.
pictures
That
of us
beanie
standing
is
together.
weird.
Chill.
That
very
beanie
short,
man.
you
In your
wear.
Full
prime?
disclosure, I'm very
Chill.
short, man.
Chill. Were you 6'4" in your prime?
I've been this height since I was
You saying Chill
senior
shrunk?
high school. Since my senior high
Swiper, you might want to look this up before you laugh at it.
I
People
mean, Chill ain't
shrink-
that
peop-
old.
No, hold on. People shrink around 1 inch between the age of 40 and 55, and then they shrink another inch between 55 and
Man,
65.
Chill, I'm not gonna lie. I ain't never seen nobody
Swiper,
shrink.
Swiper, we're gonna see you in about 35 years, and you
So
gonna be
between-
4'8".
Lord
Between
willing,
eighth
I'm
grade-
around in 35
between
years.
8th grade and 10th grade, I grew from 5'10". From between 8th grade and 10th grade, I grew from 5'10" to 6'3". That's when my growth spurt was.
5'10" to 6'3".
Yes, sir.
Damn, that's awesome.
Yeah, I added about 3 inches from 8th grade and 9th grade too.
Height, yeah.
All right, so
He said it that
So,
way on
we
purpose.
have
Believe me,
layers
he
of
took that layup for you. That was an
We have-
alley-oop, and you dunked it. Damn.
we have players of the month that were assigned for October and November. We have rookies of the month that were assigned for October and November. And we also have defensive players of the month for October and November. So let's go ahead and get into it. There was an Eastern Conference player of the month. You guys are disgusting. There was an Eastern Conference
Nasty.
player
Yo,
of the
that was
month.
the Australian, bro. That wasn't me.
Just nasty.
Cade Cunningham was
Oh, yeah.
officially named the Eastern Conference Player of the Month. You can see his stats on the screen right now. 28.8 points per game, 29. 6.4 rebounds per game, 9.4 assists per game. And the Detroit Pistons were the #1 seed in the East at 16-4. Can we give Cade Cunningham his flowers? This was nothing short of phenomenal from the best point guard out East.
Yes, very well deserved. Very well deserved. And I don't think any one of us expected this start from Cade or the Pistons. They've been a great story. I think he's still leading the league in fourth quarter scoring, if I'm not mistaken. And it's going to continue. It's going to continue. I think a question is now, like, how far can this thing go? How far can he lead this team? But that'll tell itself as the season goes on. But very well deserved for Cade, man. I'm happy for
Where
him.
was this yesterday, man? Needed this one. Needed that one against the Milwaukee Bucks. Without Giannis, Cade goes 5 for 15 against a whole bunch of guys who are apparently not even
celebrating Cade, and
NBA.
of course-
Apparently, according to Swiper,
You know what's happening, Swipe?
Nah,
This is about November and October, and they're bringing up December games. Can you just show Cade love first before
Cade's
you
been
slander
awesome.
him for something
Cade's
that
been
happened in
awesome.
December?
Cade's been awesome. The Detroit Pistons have been awesome. They're the best team in the Eastern Conference, apart from maybe New York. I have a debate with New York, but New York hasn't been healthy, and since OG went out, I would say the Pistons have been the best team in New York, best team in the Eastern Conference. I've already said if I didn't live in Toronto, Detroit would be my favorite team. Can I demand a little bit more in the fourth quarter from Cade, though? Yesterday, specifically.
Oh, yesterday.
Those
Just
playoffs. Sorry, those late free throws that he missed. Look, man, I want to say this. When we come up here and we are critical of a player who is having a great season, what we are really saying is we expect that player to be great. You don't criticize Dennis Jenkins for missing free throws because you don't know who the hell Dennis Jenkins is. That's just the truth. You don't hold
He's
him
a
to that
professional
standard.
basketball player. You do criticize him for missing free throws.
Well, people miss free throws, Ox.
Yeah, they
Like,
do.
that
And they get
happens.
criticized
That's
for it.
life. But I'm saying, like, you're not sitting there like holding your head for 2 days. Like, I can't believe Dennis Jenkins missed a free throw. On with the game on the line. You can't do that because
Why
he's not a franchise player.
Because he's not a friend.
Yeah,
They're
because
free
he's not a
throws, and
franchise
he's a professional basketball player in the NBA. He
Yes,
missed free
and
throws. he
professional
gets
basketball
criticized.
players miss free throws. Hundreds.
And they get criticized
every day.
like they should.
No, they don't need to be. That's life. It happens. What I'm saying is, when you are above missing clutch free throws, I feel like we're showing you respect.
Do you
When
give him a
above-
pass though, Penn, because he's delivered so much in the fourth this year already?
Yes, I think it's fair to say this is not a indictment of Cade being not clutch. Cade is absolutely clutch, and I think because he is clutch, I'm willing to say what the hell happened yesterday, because this team was up on the Bucks and they shit the bed. They lost the lead, and then they just kept missing. And down the stretch, why is Karis LeVert taking shots?
We were supposed to be having a Cade Cunningham did extremely well October-November conversation. Now it's turned into what did you do versus the Bucks on December 3rd? That is not relevant to the conversation at all about this segment, which is not fast breakdown. This is about Cade Cunningham winning his first NBA Player of the Month to start the NBA season in the Eastern Conference,
and he's been
turned
awesome.
this into a December 3rd slander contest.
He's been awesome, though, Pim. You have to give him credit.
Chat about SGA being great, and you turned it into a how he's not better.
I
than,
didn't.
James Harden.
You know what's funny is Ox actually started the conversation about James Harden. And I then followed up with him after you
Man,
said
your ass be snitching. Swiper.
No, it's just it wasn't a slander at all.
Move on. Shout out to Cade Cunningham.
Pin, the reason you get fried so much in the PCL and on here is because you don't listen. What happened is Ox started the conversation. You said there's no way there's a conversation between James Harden and SGA as a scorer. I then pushed back on that. So then you got fried.
We don't need a chat GPT summary. We can move on.
It's not it's actually a swiper summary. I am telling you what happened. And I am telling you why you got fried again.
Fellas, come on.
Bacon. You ever had bacon? Pin, you ever cook bacon? Not a grease be popping and hit you in the face?
I don't cook bacon.
It shouldn't hit you in the face, Swiper. That's because you're so short. How you getting hit in the face from the stove?
That's facts. Well, because I am so short.
You need to stand on that stool next time you cook.
Facts.
If we're being honest, Ron.
Chill. How would you go ahead? How would you like to talk about Cade Cunningham and the great month that he had to start the NBA season?
That's what I was about to say. In the month of November, they've only lost 2 games, and with them losing 2 games, I mean, Cade Cunningham has been nothing short of fantastic. The finishing has been a lot better around the rim. Not only has the finishing been a lot better, he's been a lot better in the clutch than he has been in the past. I think he's done a good job in taking care of the basketball better than he has in the past, even though Jalen Duren has alleviated some of the ball handling duties. He's been a much better ball handler than I've given him credit for.
Jalen Duren was incredible to start the year, by the way.
Absolutely. This Detroit Pistons team is powered on Cade Cunningham. The reason why they're at the top of the Eastern Conference is largely due to Cade Cunningham's playmaking, his ability to score, his actual ability on defense to get in passing lanes and disrupt things. He's not the point of attack defender that Shed is or that Davion Mitchell is. I'm not going to argue that point, but he will be a disruption, especially at that size of 6'7". He's been great for this Detroit Pistons team, and I definitely think that he deserved being Player of the Month for Detroit, because I don't think there's anybody up here that had the Detroit Pistons at the top of the Eastern Conference. I thought that they were going to be I think I had them at 5 before the season started. They've been great. They've been 100% great, and that's been powered by Cade. No question about it.
I do want to say this. Cade Cunningham is 24. Jalen Duren is, 22? Asor Thompson. All those other younger. Ron Holland. This is a young team, and they are running the East like this. You guys know what this is like reminiscent of? I'm not. This isn't a one-size-fits-all comparison. Yes, Swiper.
You think that
OKC
from 2 years ago?
No, I'm not. Yes, I'm not saying that they will be as good as OKC. I'm not saying that they are OKC. I'm not saying that Cade's gonna jump into all-time Magic Johnson combos like Cade jumped or like SGA jumped into Kobe conversations, and that they're gonna be 20-1 at some point. I'm just saying this is awfully impressive for a team 2 years ago that lost 30 games.
How old is Laurie?
This is awfully impressive for a team that last year.
Laurie's 28.
Wasn't the best team in the East. They have taken 2 significant jumps. Cade Cunningham is taking 2 significant jumps. He was an all-star last year. He's now jumping into all-NBA caliber. You know, I know he was all-NBA last year, but I know he was all-NBA last year, but now he's looking like first-team all-NBA caliber.
And Ron, you have to remember as well.
He's jumping into that top tier of players.
You also have to remember, like, he missed basically a whole season as well. Like in 22-23, he missed a whole he's 24, but so he's missed, like, that's even more impressive the way he's being able to come back. And
remember his rookie year run, when he was having his like run, you know, a lot of people were saying, and like just in general, like NBA fans, he wasn't a good player, because he's not like a great shooter. He's tall, but he's not a great finisher, turnover. But I think if you just look at Cade Cunningham's progression, he took everything, all of his deficiencies he had. He has gone about the work of managing those things, strengthening his strengths, shoring up his weaknesses, and trying to become a more complete player. He's been a better defender this year too, Ron. I think the reason why Jalen Duren started the year off averaging 20 and 11, I think 20 and 12, by the way, a lot of that's because him and Cade have really developed a synergy, and I really like how aggressive and how assertive he's been as a player, especially as a scorer this year. Again, he has some stuff that he's not great at, but I think if you just look at a player, if you got a number 1 overall pick and you got a 6'7" guard, he is getting better steadily every single year. This is what you want to see from a player that is leading your franchise. And by the way, too, I think it says a lot, Ron, that he went through a horrible situation, a horrible coaching staff, lost all those games in a row, and became an all-NBA player, didn't just settle on that, got better the next year, and now is leading his team to the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference 3 years later. For me, that says a lot about what you're made of. And I think he responds to adversity really well. He's challenged himself and his team.
It's such
What it kind of
look. I don't want to be critical. I don't, but
yes, you do, because that's what you are.
I want to ask a really legitimate question here. Okay, we're talking about K getting better. We're talking about OKC, SGA, all this stuff. And look, I have a question. He's shooting 29% from 3. Does that bother you?
Yes, it does.
He's shooting.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. 45%.
Yes, it does. But I'm gonna tell you why. Yes, but I'm gonna tell you
turnover season ever.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you 2 reasons why it doesn't bother me. Okay. One reason is a no, because I've watched
career
SGA.
33%.
Hold on, but check me out, Penn. I'm gonna tell you the reason why it's no is because I've watched SGA improve his 3-point shooting to where it's at right now. But another reason why it's a fuck no is because they are at the top of the Eastern Conference and he's outplaying every guard in the East. I don't care, Kay.
Except Donovan Mitchell. Except Donovan
He is
Mitchell.
outplaying Donovan Mitchell.
Yes, he's not outplaying Jalen Brunson. He's not outplaying Donovan Mitchell. No, he's not.
None of those guys. Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson isn't playing defense close to the level of what Cade is. And on top of that, neither of those guys distribute the way that Cade distributes. Cade is throwing this team on his back. Cade does not have an Evan Mobley. I'm sorry, Jalen Duren is getting busy. A lot of that. Wait.
Jalen Duren better than Evan Mobley.
Does he have a Darius Garland? Does he have a Darius Garland? Does he have a Jared Allen? Who has a better team? Who has a better team?
Ron,
who has a better team?
Ron, I'm not against you.
Does he have a Karl Anthony Towns? Does he have an OG Anunoby? Does he have a Mikal Bridges?
But what I'm trying to say is
was making them what they are, though. That's the problem, Ron. You just disrespect his teammates.
But Ron, I think we're moving.
He doesn't have the offensive talent that both of those teams have. He just doesn't.
Defense.
He does. I'm talking about offense, and he plays better defense than both of them. But I'm talking about the offensive load. We have Damian just compared him to SGA earlier. This is not ridiculous. What I'm saying.
Offense. They're not a great offense.
And what are they if you take Cade off of that team? What are they?
What the hell does the Cleveland Cavaliers look like without Donovan Mitchell right now, Ron?
They have Darius Garland and Evan Mobley. They have 2 All-Stars. They have 2 All-Stars. They have 2 All-Stars to fall back on.
We are turning this into something else.
On the second best defensive team, and you are praising the best offensive player on the 14th best offensive team as carrying his squad. And I'm trying to tell you,
understand that.
Time out. Everybody, time out the Penn. Time out the Ron. Just for context, Penn, to kind of go off of your point, because you're kind of wrong here, and also to support Ron. But I think Ron, you moved it too far left. But to be fair, Cade Cunningham, they have a 119.65 offensive rating with Cade, which would be one of the 5 best in the league. They're a 108.47 without him, which would be the worst in the league. So he is carrying them to an elite offense when he's playing. To be fair, now their defense is also still good, so he's still a plus 7.5 net rating. It's an elite offense when Cade plays, Penn. So I want to be clear. I want to be fair to Cade, but also I don't think he's playing better than Mitchell. But this is not the segment. This is not the segment for it. I do think Cade deserved this player of the month. They have been an elite offense when he's been on the floor this year, and the defense has still been very good. Go ahead.
Hold on. When you compare him to the names you're putting him in conversations with, which is, you said all NBA.
You put himself in them conversations.
Hold on.
You said first team
all. You said first team All NBA. Did you not? You said he's playing like first team All NBA, right?
Yeah,
Who else done that?
29 and
Hold
9
up.
is first team All NBA
This
shit.
is what's
And
wrong
whether
with your
you want to
box
push
score
back on
merchant
it,
ass. This is
no,
what's wrong with your
they
box score
are
merchant ass.
winning. They are winning. So why did Donovan Mitchell get first team All NBA last year?
First of all, Donovan Mitchell.
Because they were winning.
Oh my!
Because they were winning, and he was getting
Mitchell
buckets.
Didn't shoot 29% from three.
Donovan Mitchell wasn't great last year either, though.
Yeah, but do you
Time out,
think
so
the-
time out, so
but do you
time
think
out,
the
so
shooting
time out.
splits, though,
So
are
when-
because he's carrying such a heavy offensive
That
burden?
logic
Why
doesn't work,
is
Ron.
all-
About the first team.
Yo, man.
Keep
What-
going, Penn. Keep going, Penn.
When other players, I don't like this double standard shit y'all do
I
sometimes.
don't like this
okay?
either.
Because
Because I just saw SGA and Luka make first team All Pro. They teams they make the playoffs. Ron, what are you doing? What's going on right now?
No, for sure. And they
No,
put up
what's
better
happening?
numbers.
Hold up,
And they
hold
put
up,
up better numbers than Donovan Mitchell was putting up.
hold on. Cade Cunningham was on a team where they lost like 25, 26 straight games, right?
28 straight, Penn. 28
Everyone
straight
said,
games.
get Cade out of Detroit. This bum ass franchise ain't supporting him. All his teammates are trash. And by the way, some of his teammates were trash. So we upgrade the teammates. We get better teammates. We get pro teammates. I think Jalen Duren and Asar Thompson and Ron Holland are legitimate starters. They have a squad. They have a hit squad. Okay. They have the second best defense in the NBA. He is not the first, second, third, or fourth best defender on his team. And it's not close.
You know what? There's another guy like that too. And you want to come up here and glaze him from top to bottom, front to back.
Correct.
And you do that to him every day.
Hold
so
on.
why can't Cade get his credit?
SGA.
Because you glazed SGA 3 years ago when his jumper was broke as dishes. You came up here and glazed him when he couldn't make a three to save his life.
SGA is a much better paint finisher. SGA is a better defender. SGA this year has been a significantly better three-point shooter. We're talking 43% versus 29%.
We're
So
not
my
comparing them
point is this,
today,
Ron.
right now.
Hold up. My point is this. Last year, when I came up here and I was like, oh, Scotty Barnes is going to be great when better teammates, and he's going to win more games with better teammates, you were just like, but Penn, Scotty Barnes shoots 29% from three. Scotty Barnes is a bum.
I never said that.
Okay.
Ever.
You did not.
A lot
never
of people,
brought up Scotty Barnes'
lot of
three-point shooting,
people
ever.
have pointed out
His
to the
three-point
fact
shooting doesn't
that he's
define
not
a basketball player.
that he's not efficient. So my point is, when you're going to use the efficiency argument, to
You
defeat
use
a
the
player's
efficiency
success,
argument. I never brought up percentages or efficiency with Cade Cunningham. In fact, I will bring it up to say that you guys, but I will bring it up to say to bring up how irrelevant a point is about Cade Cunningham's efficiency and turnovers and all of this.
Why is it not relevant when you're putting him in?
I'm gonna tell you why it's not relevant.
And
I never put him in shade. Hey, look,
has he been better than Tyrese Maxey?
Yes, he has.
No,
yes, he
hasn't.
No, I'm gonna tell you why he has. Because they are the best team in the East. That's
he didn't
why.
win those games by himself. They won some of those games without him. What are we doing here?
Absolutely,
Ron,
absolutely.
To support your point, Penn,
he is plus
just 2 seconds. I just want everybody to know in the chat, this is just about Cade Cunningham and celebrating why he's been so good.
By the way,
Cade Cunningham this year, when you filter out garbage time, the Detroit Pistons have a 119.65 offensive rating with Cade. That would rank currently 5th in the NBA, above the OKC Thunder this year. If you just had the simple offense when he's on the floor. So to
now
be fair,
efficiency that.
Let me just finish. I'm not pushing back.
Efficiency that.
Hey, Ron, can you just drop him real quick? I'm trying to give Cade credit. I'm not in your argument. I'm telling the world about Cade.
You're lying.
Cade, there is no winning the argument. I'm not involved. Cade Cunningham, you all. I do think it's important to note that when Cade's played this year, they've been the 5th best offense in the NBA. And with Cade, with Cade on the floor this year, they have a 111.9 defensive rating. If again in the NBA this year, that would be good for the 7th best defense in the league. So they got the 5th best offense and the 7th best defense in the NBA.
What's their defense when he's off the floor? Does their defense get better?
108.
Yeah,
Does it get?
Yeah, when he goes off the floor, the defense drops to 110.2. So like, it's not like a crazy leap, but it's a decent sized leap. But like a top 5 offense, Ron, top 7 defense, that's Cade Cunningham this year when they've been on the floor. So they're performing like a top 10 unit on both sides of the basketball, and he is the orchestrator behind the offense. He deserves a lot of credit for the playmaking responsibilities, the passing, the scoring advantages he is creating for the Detroit Pistons. That's why I was not shocked at all when he won Eastern Conference Player of the Year. He's been great, and especially over the course of that month. I don't know, Damian, if you can look it up, but I think Cade Cunningham Let me see. Cade Cunningham.
Damian, no, swipe it. Doesn't matter. He shot 29% from three. It don't matter.
By the way,
it doesn't matter.
In the first 18 games of this year, so he played 17 that month. So in the first 17 games of this year, he averaged 29 points a game, 9.4 assists, 6 rebounds. Now, to Penn's point, he shot 46% from the field, 31% from three, and 82 from the line, so below league efficiency. But there's something to his simple on-ball gravity for the Detroit Pistons. Chill. He was creating a high-level elite offense and contributing enough for them to be a top-end defense still. He deserves a lot of credit for that. They lost literally 2 games really over that stretch. He was phenomenal. They've been phenomenal with him. Cade Cunningham deserves a lot of credit. He's been phenomenal to start the year off.
Has he had a better month than Donovan Mitchell?
Well, winning's always a part of it. So I think,
of course,
I don't think Donovan was going to. I don't think he was going to win.
People don't win. Teams win.
Donovan Mitchell did. I think, but again, I don't want to move it because this is about Cade. But I already put on Twitter. Donovan Mitchell having one of the best. He's having one of the best guard scoring seasons that we've ever seen in the last few years. If you look at his number, but I don't want to make this about Donovan Mitchell. I do want to make this about Cade. So
I'm sorry. What I'm trying to say is I don't personally like when we reverse engineer it. We say this guy has big numbers on a winning team and therefore he must be responsible for the winning because he has the big numbers. I understand that Cade is a huge part of what Detroit does, and I
you know, Penn?
Yes, I do. I do. If you take him off that team, they are a play-in team at best. So boosting a team from play-in team to best team in the conference for now is a huge boost. What I'm saying is
that's MVP worthy. That's MVP level.
No,
yes.
It's not.
Because to go from being at the bottom to go from being at the bottom of the bottom half of the East, to go from being at the bottom half of the East to being the best team in a conference, that's MVP worthy.
To put this into perspective, the Pistons are 2.5 points per 100 possessions better with him on the court than off the court.
That's a bucket, Penn. That's one bucket.
Wait, no, that's not true. I think you got to adjust for garbage time. So I'm saying you adjust for garbage time. This is not. That's actually not true.
Low leverage is removed unless you're. What are you using? You using Data Baller?
No, so I'm on PvP stats. I just did it myself. You could just do all this
they
stuff.
They are if I luck adjust the 3-point shooting, you might want to look at.
Well, no, I'm saying when we did
figure out who's wrong and who's right.
I traditionally don't do this, but Chill's like a +9 swing. It's like a +9 net rating swing on PvP with him on the floor. So they're like substantially better with him this year.
I don't understand what we're arguing. They are literally
off is plus 2.9. Swipey, do you want me to share my screen?
They are 17-5, and this dude is 29-9. What are we talking about? Right. I just don't get it. I really don't get it. What are we talking about?
But why do you do this though? This is what I'm asking.
Dude, what am I doing? I'm praising him for winning. But I'm praising him for being winning. Clear and by far,
and they're winning because of him.
But you would do this with SGA. But you would do this with SGA though. But you would do this with SGA.
Nobody up here is saying SGA is singularly driving winning in OKC. We agree.
I never said that about Cade. Okay, but he is the bus driver, clearly.
Okay, Penn. So Penn, let's not go to the extreme. Okay, you want to keep it right where we are. This guy is 29 in the month of
November and October.
He's in November and October. This guy is 29, 9, and 6. Penn, take that off the floor. Not take it off the floor for 15 minutes. Not take it off the floor for 25 minutes. Take him out of the lineup. They're not doing any of the stuff that they're doing. They got to
straight losses again.
They got to completely revamp everything that they're doing. Their offenses ran through Penn. Their transition game is ran through. Their offenses ran through Cade. Their transition game is ran through him. He's one of the better rebounding guards in the league. He speeds them up in the half court. He's one of the best pick and dive players in the game. If you take that off the floor, I ain't talking about for a quarter. I ain't talking about for 5 minutes. I'm talking about take him out. They got to completely revamp everything that they're doing.
No problem, Cho, if you talk about him like an all-star or an all-NBA.
Because everything that they're doing as an offense and as in defense is predicated on him. Why can't you get that, Penn? This guy is awesome.
And by the way, Penn,
wait, Swap it. Y'all mind if I just jump in here for a quick second?
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Just real quick. I only got one thing to
say. And after this, we're gonna actually move on because there is another player that got it. But go ahead. I
want to speak to the community. I want to speak to the chat. Y'all make sure y'all go to the PC shop and get that L Basketball shirt, man. Make sure y'all cop that merch, man. Get that L Basketball, man. Make sure you do
see
that.
it's right there. It's right there in white. But I think
Right
you can
there
get it
in
in
white.
black. Pin, what's your favorite color? You can get it in the Toronto Raptors colors. They got the dinosaur color, the green dinosaur one. I
My
think it
favorite
got like
color is
the
black,
scales on it and stuff.
which is not a color, but
It don't matter what color you get, man. Just get that L Basketball merch, man. We
And
need
Ron,
that.
I'm getting the vibe, and I'm even though I'm still sticking with what I said because I'm not coming off of what I said. But I said this to you a while ago when I said that Oklahoma City, they are who Memphis was supposed to be when Memphis was building that thing. I feel like Detroit. I feel like they're turning. I'm getting the vibe that Detroit is turning into what I thought Cleveland was going to be. That's what it's feeling like right now. That tough, dirty work. Get out in transition, get buckets. You got a primary bucket getter. You got a bunch of different contributors. You got defense in the paint that's elite. I feel like Detroit is turning into that. That's where I'm going with that.
All right, fellas. We got just about an hour left in this show. I still want to talk about the other player of the month. I still want to talk about the other two defensive players of the month. I want to talk about the rookies of the month. Yo, we're not going to be able to spend. We got about 10 minutes to spend on this because we have to get
way. We get it real.
players.
We're real talking.
Well,
conversation.
but I mean,
and we got to do
international
international players. Sheesh.
But swipe it up. Like we don't really need to talk too much.
Don't need to talk about it.
Yikes.
Swipe
Are
it.
you
Like,
kidding me?
No, like swipe it. In all seriousness, look, swipe it. I'm not trying to minimize Jokic. I'm really not. I swear to. Hey,
Chill.
Swiper,
Wait, chill. Do it. Chill.
I'm
Do you
gonna
have any
drop
idea
myself.
how good Jokic is?
I'm gonna drop myself for a minute because if I listen to Swiper for one more minute, we're gonna spend 25
I don't care.
minutes
You
on
can
this.
leave the show for good, brother. Like I'm saying, you can leave it for good. For good.
Ben, I don't stand with that. I don't stand with that.
Ron, please put that back up on the screen again.
But hold on, chill. Before I put this back on the screen, I swear I'm not trying to minimize Jokic. But this like it's starting to become regular now. Like stuff like this, it's like
we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that.
I'm not shocked by this though, Damian. That's the point I'm trying to make. Like what K did, I'm shocked by this. This, I'm like Jokic averaging 29 points, 12.4 rebounds, 10.9 assists, which the rebounds leads the NBA. The assist leads the NBA, and going 14-5 over the month of October and November. To me, is just not shocking. But I want to hear from you guys about how you feel about this.
He's great.
This is the same Joker who
Masterclass
said
level.
we ain't that good, by the way. This is the same Joker who was like, yo, we're not that good. Meanwhile, you doing this. He was like, no, we're not that good.
I think it's because it's October, November. It gives you a good indication potentially on who's leading the MVP, because basically it's the whole season. But
He's cooked.
to me, he's having the best season. Like I know we talked about earlier about
He's been awesome. Yes, he has.
I know we talked earlier about is Shea the best in the world, this and that. I think he's having the best season. And I think Swiper, you can probably speak to this more, but for me, I've been impressed with the defensive activity, but the efficiency mostly, man. The efficiency I think can take players from great to superstardom. I think it can take good players to great players, but his efficiency is incredible, man. So, I mean, I've said a lot on Jokic, so I'll probably hand the baton to someone else, man.
I'm not a true shooting guy. In fact, I don't like true shooting at all. But I mean, to shoot 72% true shooting, that's pretty impressive.
So 70, yes, it was 74.
What's more impressive?
He
Phil?
shot
a big shooting 72% or a guard shooting?
Okay, we don't need
68%?
to do this nonsense again, please. Just talk
I'm
about the player
asking
of the
Chill a
month.
question.
Goodness gracious.
Can
We have 10 minutes? Can we just do this and then you can do whatever else you want after
We'll get back to that, Ben.
Goodness gracious.
We will
so
get
in the
back to
month,
that.
You want me to share this, Swiper?
in the month that he shot, yeah, you can share if you want. That's
You
fine.
triggered?
I'll pull this up.
Good?
There you go. You can pull that one up right there. Yeah, so just in that month, he averaged 29, but he shot 71% from 2, 45% from 3, and 85% from the line. 74 true shooting. He was a plus 207 in the 19 games he played that year. So this was
not a plus 27, a plus 207. Is that what I
plus
just heard?
207 in 19 games. Yeah, I mean,
I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, he's definitely like one of one. Yeah, for sure, definitely one of one.
This guy's incredible.
That's Ron. 71% from 2, 45% from 3 is just
This guy's
all time great. Yeah, shout out. But Jokic is having his best season ever. I think he played the best in the world too. But I think SGA's been great. Just no slander or anything like that. But yeah, it's definitely been crazy. Definitely been
This
crazy.
guy is incredible.
Yeah, I think the two players of the month still deserved it. I didn't think it was much of a discussion personally.
Yes, and this is the same Joker who made it clear that he didn't think that there were a lot of holes that he felt like was in their team at this particular time. But I mean, he just makes life so much less difficult for guys like Jamal Murray, for guys like Cam Johnson, who now has actually joined the party in Denver. He looks like he's playing a lot better. But
he's playing better.
With that second unit, I mean, they've gotten better. And I think all of this is predicated on how much better Joker has gotten this year, how much better that unit has gotten. Tim Hardaway playing off Joker. He's shooting the basketball incredibly. So, I mean, what can you say about Joker that has not already been said? I mean, the dude is averaging 29, 12, and 11. And what we do, the same thing we did with Russ, because Russ was doing it, we make this look like it's nothing, Ron. I'm not going to say nothing. Nothing is not the word that I want to use. What we do is we make this look like it's ordinary. This is not ordinary. This is not every day what this dude is doing. This is extraordinary what he's doing. And I haven't seen it. I haven't seen this. Wow, this is incredible.
Chill. It's extraordinary, but it's ordinary for Jokic. To me. But
Which
that just
what I don't want to do is
I just don't want us to get numb to it too much. Like,
that's the point, Damien.
I'm trying not to.
I don't want to make
I know
it.
you're trying.
I'm coming
We're all
home.
trying.
I'm coming
We're all
home.
trying
Yeah.
so hard, man.
Like, this
Damien,
is no big
how do
deal.
you not
Yes,
get
it
numb
is.
when you come?
You do
Hey,
every
how do you not get
30
numb
minutes.
to coming home to your fine ass wife every day? Like yes, I understand you're fine as hell, but it's not the same thing as when I first met you. I see you every single day. I'm sorry, after 5 years, I'm kind of like.
I do be taking it for granted. You're right.
You see what I'm saying?
Damien, take that girl out, man. Take that girl out.
But
and tell her how much-
a fine ting walking into your house every day, you tripping. We
and that's what's
every day.
That's what's going on with Joker. Every day,
You're right,
every day I'll turn on the television and I'll watch this dude and he'll do something that's so extraordinary. And then I'm just like, it's to a lot of people, it's ho hum when it's not. It's a big deal what this guy is doing, and it's not coincidence that we don't see this kind of stuff a lot. It's not a coincidence.
You absolutely
This guy's
do get
incredible.
numb to shit. You do get numb to shit. That badass, that girl that's super bad, that girl that come to your house the first time. You think the 20th time she rolled through your crib?
That's the problem with your relationship. That is not mine. She come home every day. I'm getting kisses, hugs. I'm giving her flowers every week. We going on dates. I'm telling her she looks bad.
Swiper, that's because you're Thanasis.
Nah, she got her hair.
Thanasis in a relationship.
She got her
So
hair.
you know?
That's cool with me. I'll be Thanasis in my relationship. Matter of fact, call me. Who's the ultimate role player coming off the bench for all these teams winning championships? Call me Spurs T-Mac if that's the case. I don't care. She walking in my house looking like 03 Duncan every
your
single
target
day.
demographic ain't watching the show.
03.
Like, I don't know why you shooting your shot all over the internet.
The
You said
reason
my
why
target
I can't-
demographic not watching the show. Who's my target demographic?
The reason why I can't go numb. The reason why I won't ever
Apparently
go numb.
vulnerable women who are looking to be doted on. I don't know. Who are you trying to impress here? I take care of my women. Who are you trying to impress?
The reason why I'm not and see, this is what I'm talking about, Damien. Because
Ron, do you hear
why
this,
you
dude?
don't come. The reason why you don't
Who are you
become
trying to
numb.
impress?
The reason why me specifically, I don't become numb to what Joker.
Bro,
is doing,
chill. We
I
need
know
to
what
have.
it's like.
We're adding a Player Hater of the Year award. That was the biggest eat I've seen on PC. That was crazy. Vulnerable women.
The reason, Pin, the reason why I'm not becoming numb to Joker. The reason why I'm not becoming numb to Joker. Imagine not eating or whatever it is that you eating. It's not steak, right? It's not lobster. Whatever you eating, it's ramen noodles. Or not even ramen noodles. Let's take it a step further than that. It's good food. But then all of a sudden you start eating steak. You start eating. I don't get used to that. You know why I don't get used to that? Because I know what it's like to eat top ramen. I know what it's like to eat that other stuff. And this right here, I will never not appreciate this because I don't want to go back to that. And if it is gone, I don't know when I'm gonna see it again. I want to make sure that Joker. I want to make sure it's understood that what Joker is doing, this is not ordinary. This is not some everyday shit. This is not something that we see in the league on a regular.
That's what I'm saying,
Conversations, chill. He's been putting shot conversations. He's been putting Kobe
As he should be.
Cool.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
great.
saying, bro.
We're
Like
doing
we can't get there, Chew, and that's why I appreciate you so much because you always appreciate the historical. When we see guys like this, we can't take it for granted because in 20 years we're gonna be telling our grandkids that we saw this guy play, man. And
then I'm gonna hear somebody in 20 years from now when this is Snow White and I got wrinkles. I'm gonna hear somebody say Joker was playing with plumbers.
pod.
But
I'm not
also,
trying to hear
too, you guys are gonna hear me be the guy to come up here and say Jokic was 30, 10, and 10 on a Tuesday. I'm gonna be you saying like, and it happens so regularly that it felt like it was a normal occurrence. And you want to know why it feels like that? Because it's a normal occurrence.
And
I'm not saying that to downplay that.
Third averaging 60. Bronny the third is averaging 60 points right now. I don't care about 30, 10, and 10. Plumbers and firemen. Bruce Brown? What was that? Bruce Brown?
Like I said, we haven't got a chance to talk about Murray either. Like I said, we talked about him a little bit, but But I would say Jokic has been incredible. When the Nuggets get healthy, I think me and Ox are on the same side here. I think if they're healthy, they win the title this year. I want it to be a war, Ron. I want a war between OKC and Denver in the Western Conference Finals. Aaron Gordon come back. Christian Brown come back. Oh shoot! If Giannis is with the Thunder, then damn. You know what I mean?
Spurs.
Remember Good Times, Ron? Damn. That's exactly what it would be if they get Giannis, brother.
Yeah, if Giannis goes to the Spurs, then I'm gonna switch my whole shit up. But as of now, I think the Nuggets are probably, I think the Nuggets got it right now.
They feel like
all right, fellas.
Yeah.
For this next award, we have exactly 4 minutes. Not because that's what this person deserves, but because that's just all we have. But would you check out number 4 for the Toronto Raptors, Defensive Player of the Month, Penn? He had 1.6 blocks and 1.4 steals. What are our thoughts on Scotty Barnes bringing home this award?
For the last 50-plus games, which is going right back to last season All-Star game, he has been anchoring the second-best defense in the league behind OKC.
Wow.
Over the last 5 games without RJ Barrett, who I believe sometimes gets in the way a little bit, he's been averaging 24, 9, 5 on 53, 52%, 42% from 3.
Don't start it, Swiper.
And has been an incredible defender. He's also had a 6.5 box minus over that stretch. I think the Raptors are the second best team in the Eastern Conference. Second, number 1.
Come back up here, Ron. I have please bring everyone back up. Penn, did you know that this year the Raptors defense is 5 points better with Scotty Barnes off the floor this year when you filter out garbage time? It's a 114 defensive rating with him on, and then it's a 109.54 with him off this year.
2 last year and this year, please. Now, why don't you? Why don't you? No, this is why I don't like you, Swiper. This is why I legitimately don't like you. So, now, use your tools. Use your tools, Mr. Swiper. Use your tools. Filter off Brandon Ingram. Filter off Brandon Ingram, and filter off RJ Barrett, and see what happens to those
bullshit right here, yo. This for real is some bullshit, Ron.
Bullshit number.
This
you know what? You know what?
That's the same thing you did to Cade Cunningham.
No, I didn't.
It's the exact same thing.
Cade is not his team's best defender.
He did it too.
Man, you are nasty. You know what? Okay, I just want to say something to that because I realize I probably look like an idiot and a crash out at the same time, and that's probably a bad combination to wear. But I promise you, if you know the numbers that Swiper is referencing, if you understand net rating, if you understand all the numbers that this dude is trying to come up here and cook with, and you understand how he's selectively manipulating them to make nasty ass points that are not true. He knows that RJ Barrett is not a good defender. He knows that Brandon Ingram's not a good defender. He knows Emmanuel Quick is not a good defender. Go look at Scotty's defensive rating with the bench, buddy. Go look at when you filter off certain players. Go look at what it looks like with Jakob Poeltl and Scotty Barnes. But you won't do all that. I've done that number crunching with Cade Cunningham, which is why I can talk confidently about the fact that I don't think Cade Cunningham's one of the best defenders. But you off here laughing, trying to work on your Tinder profile. Trying to tell women like I'll appreciate you every single day for the rest of your life.
Yo, Swiper. Yo, bro, go take a nap, bro. Swiper, go take a nap, bro.
Penn, my question to you from October to November to this point, how good has Scotty Barnes been as a defender? Scotty Barnes specifically. How good has he been?
I think he's a top 13 player in the league, and I think he's a top 6 defender in the league.
Top 6 defender in the league. So when you're talking about the better defenders in the league, Wemby, Mobley, Chet, Bam. I actually think Bam is actually playing at a defensive player of the year level.
You could have given him the award for sure.
We 100% got to have a start. We've got to start talking about Bam as a defensive player. How is Scotty Barnes affecting this Toronto defense where they're at the top of the league? What is he doing?
Number one, he's been incredible in terms of event creation defensively, steals, blocks, deflections, right? Tons of event creation. Number two, he's been a great communicator on the back line. A lot of times he is the last line of defense after the super aggressive scheme at the top of the key breaks down and he has to clean it up on the back end. Number three, he's an excellent team defender. Just off ball, his awareness, his communication, letting people know where to be. He's that quarterback. He doing the great Draymond Green thing. And then number four, he is insanely versatile. You will see him guard Jokic. You will see him guard Joel Embiid. You'll see him guard Tyrese Maxey. And I'm not saying he's perfect on all of them. I'm certainly not. What I'm saying is he's above average. I will see him lock down Evan Mobley, lock him down, and then go up the next night and play Denny Avdia, and then go up the next night and guard VJ Edgecombe. Those are not similar players. There just aren't 2-3 defenders in the league that can guard this many players. And if they are like 4 or 5 defenders like that, I mean, honestly, those are some of the best defenders in the world. There's nobody who looks at him like Giannis, Paolo, Chet. Nobody looks at him and says, "Oh, that's food."
Like he's food. He's not food.
He's not food for anybody. He's not food for Luka.
No,
he's not food for Shea. He's not food for anybody. Now, I've seen Shea give him business for sure. I've seen guys dust him. I've seen him get lost on a screen. I'm not saying he's a perfect defender, but man, he is so generally useful. So I think he's great. I think he's been great. I think this Raptors team deserves some credit. Chill. They are 2 games behind the Pistons. Two games
behind the Pistons. Nice.
2 games. They're just 2 games
Ron,
behind the Pistons.
Point, the 2 points that you brought are, I think, the most crucial points is his rotations on defense have been great. I mean, that's one of the main reasons why he came up with that huge block at the end of the game against the Trailblazers. I think that's great. And his versatility. So him being able to switch onto different players. I watched when they played, even though they got smoked by the Knicks, but I did watch his rotations when he played against the Knicks, when he was rotating on the Jalen Brunson. I thought he gave Jalen Brunson a lot of trouble, especially being 6'8". So Scotty Barnes has been great this month as a defender. I'm not going to argue that point. Here's the thing, though, Ron. We're moving into the space of Defensive Player of the Month. Are we now moving toward, if we're doing the Defensive Player of the Month, are we moving into the Offensive Player of the Month?
That would be weird. That is the player.
The only reason the NFL does that, Chill, is because they know quarterbacks are going to win MVP. So they just, it's like a.
I'm just wondering where we're
it's
going.
just like a here you go for, like, Jonathan Taylor and all them. You didn't do an MVP, but
I was just wondering where we were going.
I wouldn't mind it.
Is this a prelude to something?
I wouldn't mind it, Chill.
That's what I was wondering.
All right, fellas. We're not going to speak too much into the next guys. Shout out to Scotty Barnes. He was the Eastern Conference Defensive Player of the Month. Shout out to Cason Wallace. He was the Western Conference Player of the Month. The reason why we don't need to talk about Cason too much is because, well, we know what's up with this defense, and we know what's up with Cason Wallace. 2.2 steals per game. And, guys, what is this? A 5 defensive rating?
5 deflections.
5 deflections.
He leads the league in defensive rating, though.
Huh.
I'm pretty sure.
Does he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Cason don't need no introduction, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Cason. Yeah, he is like that. Salute to Cason. Salute to the OKC defense. And Cason also is playing well all around, offensively as well. Shout out to Cason. Next up. Oh, not that. Hold on. Wait, y'all. Let me see if I can find these. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Rookies of the month.
Big nip.
We're not going to talk about this too much either. Penn has spoke on how good he thinks Conconnippo is. We all know Conconnippo is leading the Rookie of the Year race. He was leading the Rookie of the Year race. I don't know if he still is. But what I do know is that Eastern Conference Rookie of the Month is Conconnippo with 18.4 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 3 assists. Salute to Conconnippo. He has exceeded his draft stock. Shout out to him.
Has he?
And then
wasn't he like the 5th pick round or something like that?
Number 4.
5th or the 6th
He
pick?
was the 4th pick, and
He's been better than advertised, though.
so he is performing better than a 4th overall pick should. Yes.
He's been the
But
best
Your
rookie
Honor,
so far all the way through and through, bro.
He's amazing.
He's crazy.
Your Honor, I
Chill.
just wanted to say that he was my pick outside of Flag, by the way.
Oh, like your number 2?
Mm-hmm.
For
Man,
real?
shout
He
out.
was number 2 on
The
your board
jury too.
over
Just want
Dylan
the
Harper?
jury too. No, I'm saying for Rookie of the Year.
Oh, okay, got you.
That's great.
Yeah.
I still
he's
stand with
balling.
Ace Bailey. But we are going to move to the Western Conference Rookie of the Month, who is, to no surprise, Cooper Flag, 16.7 points per game, 6.6 rebounds per game, and 3.5 assists per game. We spoke about Cooper Flag a little bit earlier. He is the youngest player to ever score, what was it, back-to-back 20-point games?
3 20s. Yep.
Yeah.
3 20-point games in a row.
18.
I think
He's still 18, Ron. He should be
He's
in
youngest player in the
college
league.
right now.
This is freshman year at Duke.
Jeez.
This is first
Yeah.
season playing at Duke.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. This
That's
is first
insane.
season playing there. Mhm.
He has been breaking my brain for like 2 straight years at just how ahead of the curve he is for his age. I mean, he was 17 when he showed up to the Team USA camp.
Mm-hmm.
And he was giving dudes business.
Mm-hmm.
And he's so impressive. I don't know who's going to win Rookie of the Year, but it's going to be a former Duke Blue Devil. That's 100% sure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to get into the crunch time chats, but unfortunately, we have to get into this 10 international players list that we made, the top 10 current international players, and this is going to be interesting, y'all. So before we get into this, you guys buckle your seatbelts, get ready for some surprises on this list. Whoa, wait, what happened? Get ready for some surprises on this list.
I just want to confirm before we start. Swiper, have you seen this list?
It's on Instagram.
I was just asking if you've seen it.
Yeah,
I have not seen
I
it.
glanced.
Okay.
Glanced.
No, I was just trying to gauge reaction. Okay, cool.
I have not seen it. We'll be looking
All
at
right.
Ron.
I
Well,
saw
here we go.
surprise omission.
At number 10, and there were a bunch of players that got votes, but at number 10, the
Start with
first person
11,
to
Ron.
make it.
Who was the honorable mention? Just the first honorable mention, Ron.
My man. My man.
Hailing out of Greece.
My man.
The Giannis Antetokounmpo is number 11 on the list, man. Shout out
Bro,
to the
he
kid. Shout out
ain't
to the boy.
111.
My man, the
be real.
Nassis, man.
He ain't
Show him some love,
111.
man. Show him some love.
The
There's
Nassis on that next flight to
There's
San
there's
Antonio.
20 players from Canada better than that dude. No.
No,
Kelly
it ain't.
Olynyk
Well,
better.
hey,
Lou
they
Dort
didn't
better,
make number
Phillip
11.
Brooks better. Please.
The judges have
But,
spoken.
but all right, y'all. At number 10 on our top international players list is the kid, Josh Gidd from Chicago. Number 10. Hey, where's he from? Damien?
Mm-hmm. You already know, man. He is he's having a season, man. I mean, he dropped off a little bit. He's having a season. I'm glad he was there.
Damon, you don't think he's the 10th best international player in the league right now, brother? I know you don't. He's
No,
balling.
but this was based on season, yeah.
Yeah, he's balling. He's balling. He's balling.
Yeah.
Probably number 7,
hold on.
actually. Swiper.
What do you actually think he is? Or can we discuss that after we see the whole list?
Whatever you want, Ron.
Let's just get through this, Ron.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
had
let's-
him.
let's
I think
be-
I had him at 10, by the way. I think.
He was on my list. Ox, I know he
Okay.
was on your list.
So that's actually what you thought.
Of course, it was on my list.
Amazing. Okay.
For
I
this
think
season.
I had him at like 7.
Not overall. I
I
think for
forgot.
just
I
this
can't
season.
believe I forgot Josh Giddey on my list. I'm wild as hell.
Damn.
Chill.
I did not. I don't think I
My
forgot.
fault. My fault.
Mm-hmm. I'll let it
My
slide.
All right.
fault. I'm a big Josh Giddey guy.
Moving to number 9 on this list, we have Denny Avdia. And I believe this is well deserved. How do we feel about Denny at number 9?
He's been good this year.
Hell
Yes.
yeah.
He's gonna make
He's
the All-Star team too. Yes, he is.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yo, they put belt to ass last night against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Shout outs to Denny.
Number 8, we have out of Germany, Franz Wagner.
Too
It's
low.
too low for Franz.
I had
It's too
Denny.
low for
I had
Franz.
Denny. Maybe him and Denny were close for me this year, man.
I got Franz over Denny. Or I got Denny over Franz.
What's the separator, Damien?
Me too. I think Denny. I think Denny's had a little bit better season than France.
I believe so.
Is it
too.
just like the passing and the fact that he's kind
I
of playing
think-
point guard right now?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's been the versatility. I've been surprised with him at point. He's not amazing, but I think he's been serviceable there, and the numbers I think have been really good. I've been impressed.
The difference, Pin, is that Paolo be getting in Franz's way.
I agree with you.
All right, next up at number 7, we got Lauri Markkanen.
Franz better than Laurie. Shout out Laurie.
I had
This
Laurie
is-
at 8.
Hope to see you in Detroit soon, Laurie.
I had Laurie at
Not
8.
this year.
I had Franz at 7. I had Laurie at 8, and I had Franz at 7.
Y'all, let's get Laurie to Detroit, man.
All right, at number 6.
Isn't Laurie averaging like 28, 29? Okay.
Yeah, he is.
At number 6, we got Alperen Şengün.
That's where I had him at. Yep.
I don't know how you get him higher than this.
I don't think you do, Penn. I don't.
It feels like he should be higher, right? But then
Yeah,
you
he would be higher if the international guys that we have weren't there. That's the problem.
That's right. That's right.
So my question is this the best 6th overall international guy of all time? Like, we've never seen this. Someone this good?
I would have to think through that list. I don't know what year I would have to go to either. So that would have to be a thought process.
Shout out
Marcus
to Şengün right now.
It's just the very best players in the world or international. That's all it is.
Şengün right now is
Marcus
averaging
on.
23 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, and shooting 38% from 3. He is having a phenomenal year.
He's still that 2-point. It's just a 2-point shooting with him. That's like it's just Yeah, he's having a good year. It's definitely tailed off a little bit, but hopefully, as the season goes on, he's at league average right now, but that's better than last year.
That first game against OKC got me excited.
Yeah, 39 points, bro. Like on what 6 threes?
Yeah, that was crazy, bro.
The touch has gotten a lot better than what it was last year. He's finishing around the rim a lot better. He's more confident in that mid-range this year than he was last year. It's just like he's more confident overall in his game this season than he was last year.
All right, y'all. At number 5, this is no surprise at all. Could potentially be higher, but he's missed a good chunk of the season. This is Victor Wembanyama at number 5.
Yeah, that's good.
Which is crazy, y'all. Because we're talking about this international list, and Vic is at 5.
Yeah, he's a crazy player.
He shouldn't even
26
be
and 12. 5 blocks, damn near.
Who should be ahead of him, Ox?
26.
I mean, who else should be ahead of him, Ox? If he's at 5, where would you have him at? You think he's lower than 5?
Şengün, Laurie, and Denny.
Laurie is not ahead of Wemby. The only reason why you put him there is because Wemby is
Franz.
You ain't putting Franz ahead of him neither, Ox. Stop the bullshit. You're not doing that. The only reason you think Franz is better than Wemby?
We're talking about this season. Chill.
Okay,
we're talking about
this season. In the 25-26 season, before injury, you think Franz is better than Wemby?
What do you mean before injury? Everything matters.
Before he went out of the lineup.
We're talking about this whole season. It's the same reason why y'all don't let me rank Kawhi higher, because he don't play enough.
Okay.
What?
He's only missed 5 games, I think.
That's it. Like, he hasn't missed the whole season. But in the games that he's played this season, this young season, in the last month, you think Franz has been better than him? And by the way, we're getting Wemby back too. By the way, it ain't like Wemby's going to be out for the rest of the season. We're getting him back.
I don't think he's not coming back. I'm just saying I think these dudes have all been playing really good.
You think Franz is better than him this season?
I told you already the guys I will put in front of him. Doesn't matter how many times you ask me.
No, my bad. I think he's missed more than that.
I know we got to move.
Yeah, well,
it don't matter. It don't matter how many times you ask me. I'll put Şengün.
I think you're tripping.
That's all right.
As a matter of fact, I don't think you're tripping. You're tripping.
He is 100%.
That's fine by me.
Hey, you're bugging.
I'm not trying to convince you to think the way I think.
But Wemby is number 5 on the list. At number 4,
is he even their best player?
Luka Doncic at number 4.
Shout out Luka, well deserved.
Yes, sir.
And this in and of itself is crazy because this dude is leading the league in scoring, averaging 35 and 9 assists.
And we have eyes, but definitely playing very well.
8 rebounds.
Would have liked to see him tonight. I would have loved to see him tonight, unfortunately. But congratulations,
W baby.
W baby.
35, 9, and 9.
Yes.
It's ridiculous, chill.
And he's not the best. Yeah, I mean he's balling chilled. Like
I'm telling y'all, dudes,
the league is crazy.
1962, 2025. That's what we're looking at.
Oh, you talking about with the 50 and 25 year from Wilt
yes,
and all
that's
that?
what we. This season right here. What we're looking
Russell
at. 1962,
19 and 22. Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's what we're looking at. And the reason why, to your point, Ron, when we're talking about these international players and what they're doing, that's why the league MVP, that's why the defensive player of the year, that's why it's just going to be so much more substantial this year when these guys win it.
Yeah,
all right, at number 3 on this list is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Phenomenal season. Definitely last game with the Bucks, hopefully. Amazing player.
Y'all want this dude out of Milwaukee so bad.
Fast and in a hurry.
Y'all want this dude out of Milwaukee.
I want to see him in the playoffs. I want to see those performances.
Like Swiper brought it up. I mean, Ron, Swiper brought it up. Swiper is the dude. Swiper is my best friend. He want me to break up with this girl because she ain't good for me. He think I could do better.
Yep.
He thinks I could do better than her.
I'm with Swiper. I've been on this same fence since last year.
Matter of fact,
I'm out
Ron,
on the Bucks.
I know where. Matter of fact, Ron, keep it 100 with you. I know exactly where he could go and get treated the best he's ever been treated, and the city would love him. He would have the most selfless lover of all time that would say, "Whatever you want, you can be the star of the show, baby. I can run. I'll step back into the background just for you." I know
That's
exactly
Sacramento?
where he could go. Man, no.
Orlando?
No, he could, and him and Vivek. Imagine what Vivek would do to him. He gonna give him Dame. He gonna trade for Dame with the torn Achilles.
Who you say?
All right.
Who's the team, Ron?
You know
you
where
don't
he
even
is.
need
Man,
to
Swiper, this nigga don't want to salsa dance with you. Keep going, bro.
At number 2, we got SGA from Canada, y'all.
Shout out SGA.
Hating. No, I'm just kidding.
Shout out SGA. Great player, man. All time great.
Pin, right now is when you sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, oops, wrong anthem.
Wrong one.
This guy's been
And
fantastic this season.
Yeah.
And at number 1, it's no surprise. Yes, we've become numb to him doing the things that he's done, but he is number 1 on this list based on what he has done. Nikola Jokic.
That's
It's insane, man.
surprises.
I mean, I legit, you know what I mean? Like we're just, this is SGA and Yoke just having I'm watching SGA hit step backs versus the Phoenix Suns for 3 to ice the game up 1, up 4. I'm watching them versus who was that? The Warriors. No, obviously no Steph, no Jimmy, but Buddy Hield of all people on him, step back 3, bucket. I personally, y'all, had Jamal Murray in this list. I don't think people are, all that tuned into what Jamal's doing. Jamal's is going insane right now. And I put a vote in Ron before yesterday happened. He's going insane this season. He's one of the best isolation scorers in the league, pull-up shooters in the league, box guards in the league, playmakers in the league. He's going wild this year, y'all. Like,
Damien, did you know the Joker had a 30, he had almost a 30, 20, 13 game, and he wasn't even that good that night?
oh yeah.
I was watching it the other night. He had like 15, 9, and 6 in the first quarter. And I was like, what? I'm
They
like,
played against Dallas, and he wasn't even that good. Like, he was missing rotations. He had missed a couple of bunnies around the rim, and he still went 30 and 20 and 13. Still.
I'm glad.
This guy's incredible.
I'm glad that we matched with the player of the month, for whatever it's worth. Us and the player of
This
the month.
guy's incredible. This guy's
instinct.
incredible. And the thing about SGA, Ron, that I will, like I was talking about with Giannis, the thing that I will make sure that I harp on is people don't understand how difficult it is to do what people expect you to do. Shea gets off that bench with 6.5 minutes on the clock to come close games. Okay, this is what y'all came to see. This is what y'all came, and he does it. That's hard as hell to do, Ron. And it's hard as hell to keep doing that. Ox, this is what you came to see. This is what you paid for. And I'm going to give you your money's worth. I'm going to make you come back tomorrow like, yo, this guy is incredible.
But you know what's fun is about the Thunder.
That's what Shea does.
They're 21-1 right now, but they have the hardest strength of schedule remaining because they have the easiest strength of schedule to start. So whatever the hardest strength of schedule remaining means for the OKC Thunder as they get healthier, quote, we're going to have a lot more opportunities versus the Nuggets, versus the Rockets, Lakers. I don't know if that's a great matchup for them. Lakers, Cleveland, don't know if that's a great matchup for them. Knicks, don't know if that's a great matchup for them. But they're going to have some games where we're going to get a chance to see SGA really down the stretch of these games. Like,
Well, that one right
That's
there.
what I'm looking forward to.
To your point, too, that young man absolutely does his freaking job.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Box
When it's time to clock in,
Mm-hmm.
he clocks in and he
Yeah,
goes
but chill,
crazy.
I think, but chill, to your point. No.
Just real quick. About that one, Swiper. I am curious to see how OG and Mikal deal with SGA. Go ahead, Damian.
But you know what
I
they're
was
going to
gonna
do? Hey, Jalen Brunson, cap. And that shit going to be like, okay, well, I don't know what the Canadian delicacy is, man, whatever that is. But Canadian bacon, Canadian applewood smoked bacon.
Are you double fisting?
Chill, I think the
OKC's toughest.
Swiper, are you?
OKC's. Sorry, I was trying to figure out if you're trying to eat 2 glizzies, two hot dogs. What are you trying to do there? I
Or
didn't.
two
I
what?
didn't get the pantomime gesture.
Ox,
Damien
I don't know what
Damien
you're
was
doing.
going to
You got
say
time for
something,
this,
y'all.
Ox?
Anyway,
Damien was going to say
It's
something.
sick in here. Chill.
Do you have time for this, Ox? Because I
I was
don't.
just going to
I really don't.
say, I think that Chill makes a good point in terms of delivering, and I think I think sometimes the difference between great and best in the world is it's not any given night, it's every single night.
Mm-hmm.
And Shea and Jokic every single night, you can tune in and you can bet everything that they're going to be delivering. And that's the difference between when we talk about some great players in the league and some of the best in the world. That's the difference, man.
Chill. This is the
Sure.
OKC's toughest games remaining. They have 2 games against Detroit. They will be favored in both those games. They have 3 games left against the Lakers. They will be favored in all 3 of those games. They have 2 games remaining against the Rockets. They will be favored in at least one of those games, if not both. They have 4 games remaining against the Denver Nuggets. They will probably be favored in 3 of those games, if not all 4. They have 4 games remaining against the San Antonio Spurs. I believe if Wemby does not come back super healthy, unless they start cooking, they'll be favored in all 4 of those games. They have 2 games remaining against the Raptors. Those are their toughest games. It's kind of crazy to say they're actually supposed to go like 81-1, but every single loss at this point is a shock.
I'm looking at that's why you brought that up, Swiper. I was looking at their schedule. I'm like, when does this schedule get tough?
It don't get tough.
I'm looking at
It's
the
all
schedule
easy.
right now, and yo, these dudes. It's like what Scottie Pippen said about the Bulls in 1986. I'm looking at our schedule, and yo, we might not lose a game for like 3 months. That could happen. We might run the table.
Yeah, I mean they are just that good though. Like, to be fair, like, you know, I think they're this year, you know, with like their defense is like insane. Their offense this year with SGA has been phenomenal. Like I legitimately have been racking my brain to try to think a comparison with them, because the Bulls, you know, the Warriors, obviously, like this year they're a plus 18 with Shea, which is ridiculous, but they're a plus 13 without Shea this year. Their defense goes from 105 with him on to a 97 with him off. Like,
Do you reckon they're going to go for it, Swiper?
yes, and they're young, They have no reason. They literally have nothing holding them back from going for winning 74 games this year. There's nothing holding them back from doing it.
Why not do it? Right? Why not do it?
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah, why not do it, Ron?
As long as you're not overexerting yourself, yeah, I think you might as well
Why not
go
do
for
it?
I think people.
All right,
understate-
fellas, well-
okay, go ahead. My bad.
Pin, I know that there's a good game that you want to watch between Luka. That's tonight, right?
Luka is not
That
playing.
you, that you wanted to watch. I know he's not playing, but you wanted to see him there.
I
Well,
did
here's the
wanna see
thing:
him.
we will make up for any games that you might not be able to watch tonight. Tomorrow, we'll get to see LeBron James play in Boston at the Garden versus Derek White, All NBA player. I don't know how he made it up here, but hey, keep doing what you're doing, Derek White. You are the best third option on the Celtics. But you guys make sure to pull up tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. Pretty sure this is 10 p.m. Eastern now. Yeah, we might have got the times wrong. Hold on. Wait. Give me a second.
7 o'clock, Ron. It's in Boston, Ron. It ain't 10 o'clock. The game starts.
Yeah, we are going to have to potentially do another game tomorrow because we have the PCL going on tomorrow. I will let you guys know tomorrow exactly what game we're going to do, but I do know that we're going to do the PCL at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Well, we should have enough time. We do this at 5 p.m. Eastern time. We can swing over and do this game at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Yes, that is what we're going to do, y'all.
Good thing about it, we only have
PCL.
one team now, Ron.
You just entered the mind of Ron. We just got that whole thing sorted out in real time. Love it.
PCL at 5 p.m. Eastern time. We are going to watch Swiper debate against Real Talk and MTail and Rez, and we are going to see who's going to win $1,500 in cold hard cash. And then after that, yes, we will be talking about everything that happened on PlayBAck, watching LeBron James get back to his old ways because Luka's finally out the way against the Boston Celtics. Celtics fans, you guys are used to this. LeBron dominating you guys. This should be a good time.
Oh, wow.
So y'all be sure to pull up. All right, Ox, you have a splash of the day for us? You don't?
No, I
Ox
do.
not doing his job.
I do.
Thank
I
you,
got it.
Chill.
I got it.
No, you dead. No. Chill, you have a splash of the day for us. Yes,
I do have a splash of the day for us today in honor of Mr. Bernard King, who turned 69 years old today. My splash of the day is Bernard King turned 69. He was awesome. So if you bet bucket getters. That's what you want to do. Bet whoever's the bucket getter, bet bucket getters and bet the more in honor of the great Bernard King, who turned 69 years old today. Hall of Famer Bernard King. Absolutely.
Shout out to Bernard King. And like Chill said, what you're going to want to do in honor of a legend who got money every time he stepped on the floor, you are going to want to take the top bucket getters in the league and go more tonight in honor of Mr. Bernard King. Y'all download the app. You can do that by scanning this QR code or clicking the link in the bio. Make your picks on there. You get to pick anywhere between 2 to 6 players. Obviously, the more players you get, the more money you'll typically get back. So you guys go in there, have a little fun, pick the players you like, but ultimately remember, pick the more on the bucket getters just for today. And then tomorrow, you can get back to your Lesters. But for today, go more. All right, fellas, we have super chats. So let's see what the people got to say. The first one is from Poe Defense FC. Poa Defense FC said Shea has less volatility than Harden, so the lows are far less common and low. Harden from 17 to 19 had a better offensive cast than Shea, spacing and extra creators. Harden wouldn't be as effective in OKC.
So is it an argument to say that Shea has a higher floor as a scorer, but Harden has a higher ceiling?
Yes. Less volatility just means he's more consistent.
Well, I don't. Harden was
incredibly consistent
as a scorer. So, but Harden also had higher. He had more frequent, higher scoring peaks than Shea. So, but that's because of the 3-point number. He took 13 threes a year in the 19-20 year. So you mean, like
who do you like watching more? I'm just kind of curious. I'm not even going at you. I'm just asking, like, who do you enjoy watching more?
Shea for me.
Me too.
I really love watching Harden while he was active. So I mean, both of them are great watching personally.
It was cinema.
If I had access to all 82 of both of their games, I'm watching 82 Shea games.
The Harden Warriors games, I would say, are better than any game, I think, and probably because of the competition. Harden versus the Warriors is probably better than any Shea versus matchup I've seen, period. Because every time he lined up versus the Warriors, you knew he had to go to war, and he often went to war versus KD and Steph. The yellow-red game, remember, Rob, where KD stepped all the way out of bounds and all that, like, and Harden made the 3 over Draymond Green, like, that is, like,
and by the way, that was my guy who missed that call too. My guy Tony Brown. He was standing right there and he missed that call.
Did he retire?
He's actually not around anymore.
Oh, he passed.
Rest in peace.
Yeah,
I haven't heard from him. Okay, yeah. Well,
he had pancreatic cancer. He was 55 years old.
Yeah, that definitely can get you. Yeah, definitely can get you.
Hitting that shot over Draymond. That's the part I remember. Right.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yep.
KD was.
Hunter TV said there aren't 5 things more fun to watch than a Jamal Murray heater.
When he get cooking, boy, let me tell you. I think about the guards in the game that are really good players and they are bucket getters. I don't know how many guards I could put ahead of Jamal Murray when they get cooking. When he gets cooking,
bro,
he is impossible to deal
with. He gets like
10 for 11 chill from 3.
He gets Steph Curry, Klay Thompson kind of hot. But the thing that Jamal Murray didn't get discussed is his handle. Yo, Andrew Nembhard is a great defender, y'all. He was putting Andrew on a map. I'm talking about bink, step back, side step, in the lane, hedgies, like pull ups. I mean, he was doing anything he wanted. They had and I'm talking about Andrew was running around like this, chill, like with, you know what I mean? Like
he definitely had him in a cooker. Yes, he
did.
Was
crazy, dog.
And bro, he got one of them games. He got one of them games like when he get
going,
he's like you know it's coming, and ain't nothing you could do about it. Nothing. I'll go get whoever you want to go get. There's nothing you could do about it when he get going. Like last night.
To me, he's like he might be the biggest like swing player in league history. Like if he's hot, like they can beat the Thunder. Like if he plays like he played last night, like they can beat the Thunder. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, but if he, but it's not, like he's never like people get caught up on the All-Star thing, but the playoff riser stuff, man. If he can play like that, man, they can win it all, man. It's crazy.
The Jonathan Frazier said, "Can we stop saying Giannis won't get traded if he doesn't want it?" 25-year-old Luka Doncic got traded at 12 a.m. in the middle of a deep slumber. Nobody is safe.
Those aren't the same players.
1, they're not the same player. 2, Nico Harrison does not work for the Bucks.
But at some point, chill, I'm kind of with it. I think the Bucks, you got to stop being dumb. It might not feel good. You have nothing going for you outside of Giannis. Your future is broke. Your current is broke. Only reason you look rich is when Giannis is like he's here. But your roster is broke. The money is tied up for the next 5 years. You got money tied up to Miles Turner. You got money tied up to Dame Lillard. You don't have draft picks. You have no assets outside of Giannis on your team to get better. What are we doing? Literally, Giannis is the Bugatti in a garage that is owed by the bank. Like that's what it is right now. If you sell the Bugatti, you can buy your house and you can buy the stuff to actually shore your house up. For me, they absolutely, from an organizational standpoint, need to get rid of Giannis because there's nothing. You have nothing, Chill. They're broke.
And I feel like the thing that tips the scale with all of this going on, Ron, the thing that tips the scale is that $22 million of dead money that's on the books. Ron, do you know that's five, so
27
3 years? I'm sorry. So 27 mil. Think about that for a second, Dame. That's Damian. That's a mid-level exception player, and that's 2 free agents that we can't have because that money is tied up into one guy for the next 5 years. We can't do it. That throws a monkey wrench in anything we doing.
There are 2 games.
They call
this
him
year.
Dame Dollar for a reason.
Chill. There are 2 games this year where Giannis has either not played or just gone out completely, and I think the Bucks have had some pretty competitive wins without him. So I think at this point, if I'm Giannis, I'm making a decision. I'm in or I'm out. No more floating.
Which one is it? Yeah.
Right?
Which one is it?
And I'm addressing my teammates. I'm gonna be like, y'all know, y'all have heard it all over the place. I just want to let you know, just like Michael Jordan, I'm back. Okay. I am 100% bought in because it doesn't feel nice if you're one of his teammates to say he needs more help. He needs more help. He don't like to be here, blah, 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 because he's not talking about the organization. He's not talking about the coach. He's not talking about the city. He always says, I love Milwaukee. I love my coach. I love this. It's the team. So it don't feel nice to be in the locker room with a guy who's basically looking at you like you're chopped liver, right?
KPJ said yesterday that Giannis is doing a great job of assuring them throughout the rumor. So it sounds like he's doing
politics.
No, I hear you, but he's doing what you just said. The problem is, I'm with you. I don't believe it or think it's legitimate or that it matters. Well,
that's what I'm saying. He needs to go up to his teammates and say, listen, all of this has been true. I've had a change of heart. I see what y'all did without me. When I went out, y'all just clapped the best team in the Eastern Conference. Shout outs to the Detroit Pistons. And I think that I need to find a way to make it work. And I'm sorry, I don't buy this. They got 3 NBA players on that team. I don't buy that. I think Ryan Rollins is amazing. I really do. I think he's amazing. Go watch him play.
Yeah,
Gary Trent Jr. started on a
They have
playoff
$22.5 million owed to Damian Lillard, by the way, Ron, through 29-30. So full 5 years.
All right, fellas, on to the next super chat. But I do want to shout out Kevin Porter Jr. Swiper just brought him up. He had 30 and 26 in his last 2 games. Shout out to him. Also, shout out to the high school that he went to, Rainier Beach High School. The number 1 player, Tyron Stokes, goes there. I watched them play last night. Them boys put on a show. JJ Crawford's there too, Jamal Crawford's son. Jamal Crawford on the bench coaching. Hey, it was a movie last night. Y'all pull up to TikTok Live for the next game. I will be there, live and in effect. All right, Dub Ball Out Highlights said, speaking of trades, do you guys see Zion getting traded? If so, where? We were supposed to talk about this in depth today, but we have opportunity to speak into it briefly. Where would you guys like to see Zion Williamson go?
I think Zion and Ja are in similar boats where they're clearly flawed, but they need a new situation. And I don't know, I just feel like somewhere like maybe Miami might be a good environment for guys that need the straight and narrow, but I think it's really difficult, man. I think when Zion's off the floor, as much as he's off the floor, man, how do you see value in trading for him? But there's going to be teams that take flyers on both those guys, for sure. For sure.
How about
Zion got to go to Brooklyn?
Yeah, how about in Washington? Yeah. How about in Washington? I mean, it seems like they're trying to put something together in Washington with Alex Sarr, who I actually had right outside my top 10 international players list. I think Alex Sarr has been great with this Washington team. He just got to get stronger. So, I mean, I don't mind Zion in Washington. Another ball handler, downhill guy. I think he'd be really good. Miami. The reason why I don't like Miami, Damien, is because they got different standards there. Like they have a percentage of body fat.
That's what I'm saying. It might be good for them.
They got a weight thing. I think that might throw him off the track because a lot of his strengths are because he's as big as he is. But
he lost the weight and he sucks right now.
That's what I'm saying, and that's I don't think that would be conducive to his game.
You can be strong.
I like Washington. I do.
Fat.
I do like Washington. I think Washington and Miami. I do like Washington. I'm sorry.
Zion can help a team win, though. Like, I think Zion is the second or third option on the team. I think that's scary. And I think it unlocks Zion to do Zion things. Move without the ball, crash the glass, catch tip dunks, run the floor. I think that's Zion in his best role as like an extreme guy, like a all-star level guy that does those type of things. So we'll see. But I have a super chat from DSG Piccolo. Krillin, pick your head up. Piccolo's talking. Piccolo said, Caleb Love gives you a game when you least expect it. Tumani locks up Garland. We hit free throws and hit shots. Yang wasn't ass in his 5 minutes. Splitter won a challenge and played Klingon in the fourth. We up.
Ron, you don't even watch DBZ #1, but shout out to Portland. Great job, Portland. Great job.
Brian Portland beat last night.
I know Chill likes the big lineups now.
Very interesting. Second night of a back-to-back, get clapped by the Raptors the night before, go into Cleveland, whoop them. This Cleveland team might be in trouble.
Oh, they beat Cleveland last night.
Yeah, they did. They handled them.
Oh, but I say if Portland's in the West or in the East, it's a problem. You know, who did the Spurs beat last night?
Orlando.
Oh, but I say if the Spurs are in the East, it's a problem. Who did the Clippers beat last night? The Los Angeles Clippers.
Yeah, the West won last
But if
night.
I say the Clippers are in the, you know what? Who did the Brooklyn Nets, the worst team, one of the worst teams in the league, beat last night?
Chicago.
Beating up on the East, huh? Oh, hey. Who did the Milwaukee Bucks beat last night without Giannis?
Detroit.
Pistons.
The best team in the East. But who did the Dallas Mavericks beat last night?
Miami.
But
Who
I
wasn't
say
playing?
that the East is
Who wasn't playing for Miami?
who wasn't playing
wrong with this East logic?
who wasn't playing with the Mavericks?
First of all, Orlando was in a dogfight. San Antonio was in a dogfight with Orlando last night, Ron. So stop making it sound like Orlando just handled them dudes. It was a one-possession game. It was a bonehead foul on Isaacs. It was a bonehead foul on him.
It was a great defensive play to end the game, too.
It was 100%. That's number one. Number two, I'll give you the Cleveland game. That score does not indicate what that game was. They actually kicked Cleveland's ass last night. That game all the way around. They kicked Cleveland's ass last night. Miami, and I mean, what can I say about Miami? They averaged 125. They went up against one of the most awesome defenses in the league. They got held to 109 points last night. So it's not like they went up against a bad defense. No, they went up against one of the best defenses in the league. So, Ron, let's not make it act like these dudes.
You're making my point too.
No, I'm not making your point, because what you're trying to tell me that these dudes are just head and shoulders better. So when we get later on in the season, and when we start seeing these teams beat Western Conference teams, which we have seen throughout the course of this year, we have seen that, and it's been crickets out of you, by the way, when that has gone on. But about Eastern Conference teams beating Western Conference teams, it's been crickets out of you. You haven't said a word about that. But when we have a night like last night, of course, your microphone is turned up on 10. I'm so sick of you, Ron. I swear to God.
I'm curious. On Wednesday, when the Raptors beat the Portland Trailblazers, did he come up here and be like, "Oh,
zero, Penn, not a peep out of him."
The Raptors are supposed to beat them, just like the Cavs are supposed to beat them.
Give me a break.
The Raptors are supposed to beat the Portland Trailblazers,
but the Raptors also swept the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Mm-hmm.
The Cleveland Cavaliers have been losing to a lot of teams. They lost to the East and the West. They're not just, they're dominating the East, but they're losing to the West. That's a lie.
So the Cavs are mid.
Yeah.
The Cavs are mid. The Cavs have been awful.
The best team in the East.
They're not the best team in the East.
I got them going. I got them walking to the championship.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Whoever said that. Don't say that I said that, because I ain't had them walking to the finals. Relax, Ron.
But you got them in the finals.
I do have them in the NBA championship.
So if you got them walking, driving, sledding, whatever, you got them getting to the finals.
They jogging. They stumble a little bit. They jogging.
The problem that I'm having with Ron, like he comes up here on his soapbox with the microphone at 10. Like he ain't say a word when Detroit handled Houston. He ain't have nothing to say about it.
You got a microphone volume knob? Turn it up. Let's turn it up. Ron, you're not the only one that could scream into a microphone. We can scream at you.
Turn my microphone up a little bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
there you go. That sounds better. You finally here.
We got some bass.
About time you arrived to the show, Chill.
Turn my microphone up a little bit, because Ron get on my damn nerves.
Also, JOOK sent through a super chat, and JOOK finally got to the show and said Dame doesn't move off the ball.
Not true.
No in between game. Awful defender. can't win a title with small guards like that.
A guy in his prime that could get to the rim with like the best guards in the league and score at a high level, and then he could shoot threes. I'm like almost anybody.
But no in between game though, Swiper. Where's the in between
interesting.
game?
I specifically remember Dame Lillard with the Portland Trailblazers driving by people all quite often and junking over a lot of different people. Also had a mid-range game on him.
Mid-range game. They ain't playing the mid-range.
Dame Lillard was one of the best pull-up shooters, whether it was mid-range or three-point shooters in the league. That's interesting. But he was a primary three-point shooter and dunker and finisher. He didn't finish consistently every year. But goodness gracious, Damian Lillard is a monster, like when he was at his apex. Now, him and Giannis didn't work together. But you know what's funny, Ron? If you look at Damian Lillard when he didn't have to worry about Giannis on the court with him, his numbers were quite good.
They were good, yeah.
Quite elite. Quite elite. They just weren't a good
He
pairing.
was 27 and 8. That's what I
No,
know.
he was 34. 34, a crazy efficiency.
Kind of like
Because he's a chucker. So when he's playing, if he's playing with Giannis, then it's like, oh, I gotta give the best player the ball too. But if he's by himself, it's like, fine, I'll get the chuck.
Yo, Giannis, Ox with this chucking shit.
Hunter TV said, also the Nuggets are the third team ever with 3 different 50-point scores in a season. The 62 Lakers, 19 Warriors, and now the 26 Nuggets, all in 21 games.
First time in the 21
Very
games
impressive.
ever, by the way. And so it was Clay, Steph, and Durant that did it in 2018-19. And I will not Cash App, but I'll sure, whatever. Can you name the 3 other players for the Lakers in 62 chill that scored 50 points in 1961-62? You know 2 of them for sure. Trivia time for chill.
Sure, that's easy.
But Will was not on the team. To give you a hint, Will was not on the team.
Because Chamberlain was not on that team. So I know Elgin Baylor. No Jerry West.
Yep. Who's the third? Don't look at the chat. Don't look at the chat.
Gail.
Give me a second. Just so you know, Ron, in 62, Gail Goodrich wasn't on the crew. Stop talking, Ron.
It's not who I'm talking about.
It's not Gail Goodrich.
You don't know
That's not
either,
who I'm
Ron.
talking about.
I knew it was Jerry West and Baylor. I don't know who the other person was at all.
Chill, you might remember Italian name.
Frank Selvey?
Nope. Rudy. Remember his last name with an L?
Rudy.
LaRusso.
Luigi.
Rudy LaRusso had a 50-point game in 1961-62 as well. So yeah, but again, that's a hard one, Chill. I didn't even know.
Yeah,
I didn't even remember that. But look,
I thought it was Hot Rod Hunters.
We don't expect you to. I didn't even know.
No, I'm saying I didn't know either. I'm saying
We know you didn't know.
I'm not trying to out Chill to say like you should have known. I also didn't know that. I'm saying I wasn't super tapped in. Like, but
I'm
Ron,
not
I will
catching
say,
on pin. I've been called swipe out when he be doing.
There's nothing to do. I think that
he be having the stats right in front of him, be like, and I think like, you're looking at it. Just read the shit.
No, I'm saying I also didn't know the answer to it. I don't want Shield to make it look like Shield doesn't know. Like, who knows? I don't even think Damien knew that. Penn probably knew it because whatever. But
I guess Luigi.
I'm saying in this instance, y'all.
You said Italian. I said Luigi. Bro.
I will say,
Shout out Luigi.
I didn't know shit.
Their ceiling, Chill, when they get fully healthy, you all, and they're able to lock into a playoff series, Lord willing, they're healthy. Ron, their offense is about to be a nightmare when they're all on the court, fully healthy together. I cannot wait until we get to that point, Ron. Cannot wait.
Yep, and then
Save Aaron Gordon's hammies until then.
See, Damien, I don't know if you've been around for this yet, but let me tell you something. Damien,
Puppy nasty again.
early May, maybe early April, these dudes are going to be called what Swiper likes to call them, unplayable.
That was after Game 3 of the Clippers series.
Unplayable.
It was after Game 3 of the Clippers series when Jamal and Jokic were the ones that played well.
That wasn't the only time you ever.
No, it was the only time. It was the only time because it started right after that.
All right. I'm gonna leave
I
you
remember
alone.
this verbatim because you know what? 'Cause
Remember,
the next few days, Drench had a 30-minute convo
because
with
we're not allowed to tell the truth. When we
about
start
my brain.
telling
No,
the truth,
you're not allowed to lie.
You know,
You're not allowed to
Swiper
lie.
just starts yelling over.
That happened.
That's
I'm gonna write this down.
There's no yelling. My mic is on.
So I'm not the only one that yells up here.
Damien, I can guarantee. I can
You want me to write this
No,
down?
it's not. It's
Okay.
not.
Okay. All right.
Game 3, look it
all
up.
right. All right. Okay. I was wrong.
You were wrong.
It happened the one time, Game 3. Okay. So, Damien, what I'm saying is, eventually, this season, you are going to hear Swiper using the words unplayable.
Okay.
Unplayable. Just watch.
I've
No,
written
this-
it
this-
down.
if I-
Non-Jokic minutes.
I wrote it down December 5th, 5:56.
December 5th. There you go.
AM.
Add it to your ledger, and then Ox can be, whatever again. But yeah, it was game 3. But here's the thing: if they're healthy this year, y'all, we'll see. Can I ask for my team to be healthy going into the playoffs and playing versus the best team of all time? That's all
Yes,
we're
you-
asking for.
You absolutely can, Swiper. But seriously, who farted? Sent through a super chat and said, sadly, when people think Dame, they think he'll play like Steph. They don't complement each other as well in theory. Sure. Talk about Dame and Giannis.
It felt like a match made in heaven on paper, but they really struggled together. And I think it was because Dame wasn't as used to playing second fiddle to a guy that good. And that's his words, by the way. He went on a few podcasts saying that he
did say that.
He struggled to adjust playing with him. So it goes to show, on paper is one thing, but we got to play the games, man. We got to play the games to see how this thing works. So very interesting, man.
Maybe Dame should respect Al-Farouq Aminu.
No,
Trey
he shouldn't
Lex
respect Al-Farouq Aminu as much as he respects Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Whoa, my bad, Chill. Sorry.
Fuck. So sick of this
Trey-
dude, Joe.
Keep going around.
You too, Chill. Trey Lett said, I ain't mad at Giannis for the Survivor contest because he got hurt in the first 5 minutes. But come on, Splash Sports. Sub in my alternate Kawhi. RIP 2.5.
That's rough. Yeah, that's rough. By the way, Ron, I know a lot of people in the betting world stuff now. Like we're just in the bro. The dude that I was talking to the other day after I signed I signed a new deal recently, and so I was trying to get some whatever. Bro, they be talking about 20, 30K. I'm talking about on a day-to-day, dog. Day to day, they win 20, 30, 15 like it's nothing. These dudes are crazy, dog. I legitimately had no idea
with that.
how to get there. But he's a legitimate millionaire, y'all. Like he's a multi-millionaire. That is insane that you get that good at that, dog.
Well, Swiper,
But he don't talk about when he be getting his ass kicked, though.
But that's fine though. But he also has a.
It's like you don't be talking about when the East be
people have,
beating
like,
the West
systems
teams.
and
That's why,
formulas and
Ron. How about
Because they
that?
don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
But
Damien. That's
Swiper,
exactly it.
the thing they do
It's
is
like a whole
like
business
if
for
you
people,
got
yeah.
if you got $5,000, $10,000,
Right.
and you wager that, on pretty much short hits. People
Yes.
like you know what I'm saying. You put 15,000 to win 4,000. You know what I'm saying. It's like it's not like they're not doing it for the love of the game. If you know what I'm saying.
But I
They're not
think
doing
some
those.
of this is like he has a crazy formula. But to Damien's point, a lot of these dudes, what they'll do is, I'm not gonna give out the keys, but they'll get a Discord, Twitch,
You got
whatever
the
else
key?
it might be, and they have a system where they help people hit, but people pay a lot of money for you to help them hit, and they make a lot of money helping other people hit.
I was at the casino up the street, LNA. So it's a sports book up there. That's where I go to mess around sometimes. And during March,
That casino's called the Ilani.
it's called the
Talk about
LNA. You need to
LNA.
learn how to read.
Spell it.
We know that's a little.
Damn, I'm trying to tell Swiper a story, man.
Shut up,
All
Ron.
Oh, right. So, fuck. Oh, it was March Madness. I think was it Tennessee versus Houston, or did they play? I think it was Tennessee Houston or something. And he was like, I got 2,500. Should I put this on the under, or the were they on the total points?
Yeah.
And I was like, man, the way they play defense, no way they hitting that. He bets it or wagers it. We're sitting there watching the games. I got my money on a couple. When I tell you they went over with like 5 minutes left in the game, this dude
He
was
wanted to
looking
choke
at me
your way.
like,
He want to choke. Yeah, you want to choke shit
Uh-oh,
out your
bro.
ass, Doc.
I'm like, bro, that's your problem, bro. Like, I just gave you my personal.
No, I don't give
opinion.
advice, bro. Somebody asked me last Sunday, like, they needed the low on the NFL, and then they told me Rams, Panthers. I said, I'm not giving you an answer because he had 15K on the line. I'm not answering that question for you. I don't want no parts. I don't want no parts. None. If you lose, you ain't gonna look at me like nothing. Because if you win, you ain't giving me no money.
Yeah, they will. They will.
That's right.
If you
right,
in that
y'all.
situation where the money's right there on cash and everything, they're gonna be like, oh, good looking here, Because right there, The craps table is right there by the sports book, so I'm at the craps table. You know what I'm saying? But I'm doing both. I'm watching.
Matter of fact, Ron, next time I see you, we going to the blackjack table. I'm gonna have you leaving in your drawers, nothing else.
Nah, Swipe it makes when y'all.
I'm gonna take everything you own at the blackjack table.
When we do the
We don't even play against each other at the blackjack table.
Yeah, you can. You can.
No, you play against the dealer. You play against the dealer.
You can play blackjack with a dice like a roll, or you can play it with cards. You
don't play like that, so I play the real game. But what I'm saying is, when y'all come out to Portland for the show at the Motor,
remember how
we're gonna do the after party.
When you used to play in the bar with the wooden bars and all that,
yes,
and
sir,
you would leave with your shirt off your back, you ain't gonna have nothing, bro. You're gonna be walking down the street in drawers, bro. Watch.
Yeah.
I'm not participating in none of that because I promise you, Atlanta's the last place I'm gonna be walking around like that.
You was walking around just fine the other day. Never mind. Let me leave.
See what I got to deal with Damian with these.
Yeah, okay, so now that he go, because Damian, you pull up too. You pull up too, Damian. After party at LNA.
I'm gonna be pulling up.
Hey,
I'm not pulling up to the after party at LNA.
In February,
I'm pulling up somewhere else.
Especially with LNA's the after party.
They come. This one right here in particular. Of all the ones, like Ox, I can handle Ox. This one over here on my left. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, pin out of pocket. Right there on your left. Show us your left again.
Degenerate gambler, by the way. Degenerate gambler. That guy. Degenerate gambler. He's the Michael Jordan of our group.
Lose, double up.
Lose, I gotta run y'all.
All right, Damian. You see what y'all did? Y'all done ran Damian out of here. He about to go get around some sane people away from you, lunatic.
Maybe he about to go get some sleep. How about that? That's what he about to go do.
Sim West, I got a nap coming up too in a second. Sim West 34 became a YouTube member. Shout out to Sim West. Also, Jeremy Khan 23 also became a YouTube member. Shout out to Jeremy. It's Zamzay came through with a super chat and said, y'all be up here babying Giannis for delivering disappointing season after disappointing season. Chill, Mr. I can't depend on you if you can't hold up.
Well, to be fair, he does get hurt quite often now, Chill.
Especially recently.
But y'all do be babying Giannis. I think he's the best player in the league, but I for sure be on his ass. I told y'all, that paperwork was ready to go out last year. Giannis,
forgot about that paperwork.
I did not forget about that. I did not.
I never.
That paperwork been shredded for a while now, y'all. Relax. Y'all bring that.
No, it's still on the desk. It's still on the desk.
Chill. He come to Denver, bro. Jokic should say, "Here's the keys to be the number one option."
Shit right here.
Here's the keys to be the number one option. Here they are. I don't want them. Literally, take them, Giannis. I have 20 assists. You want to score points?
How many keys is on that link? Because I know Thanasis at least needs one of them keys.
Man, Thanasis is sleeping in the closet like Harry Potter. That's what he do. He's sleeping under the stairs.
Swiper, you are insane, Swiper. If you don't think Denver would open up a roster spot for Thanasis,
they already have a 15th roster spot. Good for him.
And he's getting cut.
Bro, he's sleeping under the stairs like Harry Potter, bro.
No, he's getting cut for Thanasis.
He's not a formal member of the family.
Promise you that. Yes, sir.
Anna Monica Studio sent through a super chat and said, I've heard a lot of talk about Giannis getting traded. What if he just does what Neymar did and just go back to Greece after his contract ends?
He could do that. Yeah, his deal's up after next year.
That nigga is not finna turn down a super max.
I told y'all already.
Lord.
That's what these international superstars need to start doing. When they get 31, 32, they need to go home, come to America, get all this money. You turn 32, go home, and let your people see you at the tail end of your prime. Go
about
home
to get 275
and
next
gift.
year.
Go home. I don't care. Go home and gift your land with your great abilities. Go ahead. I think they need to form a pact, and that's what they do. We come home, we come here, play for 10 years, get all this American money, take your ass back home, and let your people watch you play. They deserve
so why haven't you got your American money and took your black ass back home? All right.
I want to speak. By
the way, Arvydas Sabonis did do that.
He 100% did that.
Average Joe sent through a super chat and said, Ox be having me dying when he gets on his Bishop from Juice.
Crash out.
I am crazy. And you know what else? I don't give a damn.
Okay, crash out.
First of all,
worst character of all time, by the way.
First of all,
killed his own friends.
If you're gonna say it, you have to put the theatrics in it. You know what? When I first heard you say that, I was bugging out. But you know what? I think you're right. And you know what else? I don't give a fuck.
Niggas, I don't give a fuck about you. I don't give a fuck about Steele. I don't give a fuck about Raheem.
Hey, wait,
I don't give
hold
a
on,
fuck
chill.
about myself.
Wait, chill. All right, Ron.
And I'm
now-
twice
now-
the man you are.
Ron, now do your part. Chris Rock from New Jack City. Hey, you got any more of that stuff, man? You got any more of that stuff, man?
Swiper, do this.
I don't know what that means. You keep doing that.
Do
Like,
this.
give me the reference.
As a matter of
I don't
fact,
know what it means.
As a matter of fact,
Give me
as
the
a matter of
reference.
fact, well, do it so I can show you. As a matter of fact, Swiper, do this. Do this again.
Bro,
Pin, watch him. He about
you
to
never
do it
ate
again.
corn on
Do
the
this.
cob? You never ate corn on the cob before?
That's what that is. You double fisted the
And
corner.
by the way, to Swiper's point, yes, Bishop is the worst. He might be the worst character in history.
Worst
though.
ever. I hated Bishop after. I hated
was
Tupac
You
for a
trying
while
to
after
get
that
me
movie.
canceled off of life.
What
okay?
about Ben Affleck in the town?
The Town was a great movie. What you talking
It was a
about?
great movie, Ox.
I didn't say it. So was Juice.
But he didn't turn on him. He left with the girl.
That nigga was a sucker, man. I'm telling you.
Bro, he
Ben
buried
Affleck
the
in
money
town.
smartly in the house, in the garden, and then left with the girl. He got the money and the woman.
There's some people who ain't see it. Swiper, don't give it away.
That
son.
movie came out in the
that movie is 20 years old.
1990, early 2000. That's your fault. That movie been out for
Hey, yo.
25 years.
2000.
Hey, y'all,
You gotta go on.
Zootopia 2 just dropped.
That
Zootopia 2
movie
just
came
dropped.
out-
I'll get over
by
to
the way, Penn, isn't that the
I'll get over to the
highest-
movie theaters to
isn't
check that out.
the second highest
I'm gonna
grossing
see
film
that too,
in opening weekend ever? Zootopia? Penn?
I don't.
I think it
know.
is.
I'm just. I'm
Zootopia
sorry.
2?
I'm
I
still
think-
trying to process that you said the Town came out in the late
It was,
90s.
it was,
Well, I
it
thought it was
2010.
2000. I can't.
They came out like
2010.
07, 07, 08 or something
Okay,
like that.
07. Okay, that's my bad. I forgot what
Yeah.
it was. Yeah, but that's a great movie, y'all. Like everybody go see
Great
The
movie.
Town. The Departed.
Jeremy
Into the
Renner is
Town.
amazing in that film.
Bro, Jeremy was a dog. Remember, hey, Penn, remember he walked up to him and said, "Hey, bro, I need you to do something. I can't tell you what it is."
Hold on.
Where we going?
Reenact it.
Where
We've had a lot.
we
We've had a.
okay,
We've had a little
really
beef.
quickly, Ron,
You do it real
really
quick.
quickly, Ron, really quickly.
What's up?
Give me the line.
I need Ron.
Hey, bro, I'll open the door.
Pen,
Hey,
pen.
Go ahead, chill.
Pen. I need your help. I can't tell you what it is, and you can never ask me about it again. And we're gonna hurt some people.
Whose car are we taking?
Whoa! Yes, sir. Y'all killed that shit. Yeah, still. So what? Ben Affleck was a sucker in that movie, though.
How? Because he fell in love and want the money? Hush.
All right,
Love-
fellas,
love
we
it.
got
God
another.
damn her. We kidnapped this broad. You can't fall in love with her.
We got another super chat
You know how many fine ass pieces there is in Boston?
Not her.
Forget-
not like
what?
her. Not like her.
Man, that's average work in Boston. Are you crazy?
And by the way, I think
We
she,
got
I think she's
another
black
super
too.
chat.
I think she
You
black
put-
too. You got a black
you putting
one.
you putting your man in jeopardy.
God damn.
Thank you.
We have another super chat from Anna Monica Studios. Said, is Wilt Chamberlain the best athlete in the history of sports? Also, if it wasn't for the LeBron stands, Tayshaun's block would be considered the best.
That was a huge block.
Tayshaun
Eastern
Goated for
Conference
life.
Championship. Yes, sir. That was a huge block. Yes, sir. And
Is
yes, I think
Wilt-
Wilt Chamberlain is,
I do think
Wilt
Wilt is the greatest athlete of all time, especially if you compare relative to era. He is such a freak among freaks that it's not. I mean
Michael,
that.
did you know that when
both
he got
ways,
on the
by
track
the way.
team, when he got on the track team in Kansas, this is how much experience he had. He actually went up to the coach and asked him, "Can I try out for the team?" And he ended up winning the Big 8 conference. I don't even know what I'm doing, Penn. I don't even know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna end up winning it. So yeah.
Chill. I swear to God, we are getting so close to me telling my grandkids about Will Chamberlain and them not believing he was a real human being.
I
Like
deal with
he
that shit
sound
on
like
the
Paul Bunyan for real.
Mhm.
Like he sound like Paul Bunyan. Like I don't even know if that shit's real. Like Bigfoot.
Mhm.
Talking about Will
Yep.
Chamberlain's games and box scores and being like, yeah, he played all 48 or all 48 minutes. He didn't get injured. He grabbed like 500 rebounds every single game. And yeah, by the way, he scored 100 points. It's like shit. Like Bigfoot.
People are already on that. They're already trying to deny it because just because we're average humans, since we're so regular as just regular human beings, we just don't believe that there's people that strong, that big, that fast. It's like this was a different dude. Like we can't
Arnold
compare
Schwarzenegger.
ourselves to Wilt Chamberlain.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is on record, Ron, saying that we were in the gym and Wilt is asking him, "How much is this?" while he's benching it, and it's 500 pounds.
Chill. Is he the most
Shout out to
athletic
Will.
center if he played today? Given how far we've come athletically, is he still the most athletic center in the NBA today? Is he
Yep.
still skying over everybody? I think he is.
Yep.
That's the crazy
Yep.
part. Like I see his track records and shit. Like I'm just like, he ran the 100-meter how fast? Jeez.
I know that he's more athletic than a certain center in the league, and I know he passes better than a certain center in the league as well. But
Joel
we got to
Embiid,
move on
shout
to
out.
it. We got to move on to another super chat from Respect Steph, who, hey, Will might shoot better than Steph in today's era. But Respect Steph sent through a super chat and said, if Giannis goes to OKC, he better get that KD to Warriors treatment. Keep that same energy.
Never lost to the Warriors, and it would be a trade. Wouldn't even be the same situation.
Yeah, that.
We got another super chat from, you guessed it, Anna Monica Studio said, how many guys in the NBA today have real leverage on their organizations?
All of them that have no trade clauses, and a bunch of them.
That's not a lot of players.
There's only been 12 ever, right? Or something like that? Like a very low number.
Yeah, I think it's only
It's a few of them today. So all of the guys who have no trade clauses and the guys that's at the end of their deals.
Luke ain't got no pull.
Ron, your mic is cooked.
It's not. It's something going on in the background. That's why I've been trying to get you guys to stop yapping. So
Actually, it's pretty clear. Actually, nice job, Ron. Keep going.
Slitherman96 said, when it's all said and done, Dylan Harper will be the best of those Spurs guards. Book it.
Slitherman knows ball.
I'll be interested to see how he turns out. Yeah, I will.
The next super chat I got is from the boss. The boss said, damn, Giannis is out for 2 to 4 weeks. Yeah, it's going down. Popcorn emojis.
4 weeks should be the number.
Okay,
because-
so here's my question to the people who think they don't have any help or whatever. If they go on a win streak without him, if they go and win 4 out of 5, 5 out of 6, even if they win 4 out of 7, are we gonna shut up? Are we gonna give this team?
You're gonna
some
have to.
respect?
You gotta have to.
So I want to be clear about something. Like when I come up here, I always speak for the other guys on these star-centric teams that y'all try to glaze and dump because I've been the other guy. Okay. I've been the guy who's a 5th starter, 4th starter role player. I've been that guy. And I hate the way that people talked about me, back then. I hate the way people talk about role players. Like anyone could just go guard the best player every single night. No,
I gotta bounce.
All right, chill.
So I'll see y'all later.
So
Yeah, I've never been a role player on a team, so I can understand.
what? You never been on a basketball team where you were a role player?
Nope.
You were the star player of every single basketball
Every
team you run.
organization I ever played with in my life.
Shout out Swiper.
I've
Yep.
seen you shoot a basketball. If you were the star of that team, holy shit.
Yep, won
Okay.
a championship too.
That's amazing. Wow.
Go ahead, Rob.
We got another super chat from, you guessed it, Anna Monica Studio said, when you guys rank international players, are we just talking about, or are we just doing it off of their NBA careers? Because if not, guys like Schroeder should go higher.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
off their
think
NBA
just
season.
how good they are. Schroeder didn't even cross my mind, respectfully.
Shout out Dennis Schroeder. We got another super chat from, you didn't guess it this time. It's from Crow Legend 23. Crow Legend said, hey, Ron. I'm glad Ox isn't up here. He said, hey, Ron, it's not a typo. The Sacramento Queens are trash. They should have had a top 5 pick for next draft, but they don't. SGMC type ish. Ox know that ish. What's SGMC?
Ox apparently knows it.
SGMC.
All right. Well, in the meantime, we have another super chat from, this time you guessed it, Anna Monica Studio said Harden was averaging 40 for half a season. That the fact that this convo is pure SG, the fact that this is a convo is pure SGA glaze. Harden is also a better passer, shooter, handle, and rebounder.
If you think so. I think SGA would win that head-to-head matchup if they play in the same era in the same series. I trust SGA more. My eye test
on the OKC Thunder.
Sure, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Because SGA's team is designed around him, and Harden's team has rollers and corner
shooters.
shooters.
Houston Rockets, so I don't think the team head-to-head match would be fair.
James Harden has played with some of the best players in league history.
None of his teams have been good as his OKC team.
But this OKC team is good because Shea built it up. he's
Sure,
a part
but
of
it's-
everything.
but it's
I
also
don't like
it's an
I don't like when
all-time
I
great
don't like when
defense.
people do this thing where like, oh, without this guy on the court, the guy's always on the team. Shay's in every practice.
No, but I'm
he's in
saying
every
like the
meeting,
team
he's
is
in every scout.
undoubtedly better than James Harden's team, though.
Well, what I'm saying is Shay's teammates are held accountable by Shay. This is the underrated thing.
They're not held accountable by Harden.
Yo, if you trying to hold me accountable defensively, you better play some defense yourself. Be the example. That's why I always respect Tim Duncan, because he sat and built something. He held every teammate on his team. He held every teammate accountable. This is a standard. When you come in and you disrupt some shit, we don't do that over here. That part of winning is lost on every person who doesn't win, or, you know, frankly, guys like James Harden, you know, shout outs to him, hella talented, big numbers, crazy numbers, historic numbers. I will never put him in that conversation with like LeBron. I would never put him in that conversation with, you know, Giannis. I just can't get that high on him. But I can get that high on SGA.
All right, y'all. The next super chat I got is from James Tucker. James Tucker said, do y'all miss Steve Blake? That man was cold, better than Pods for show.
Yeah, he's a great player. I used to love watching Steve Blake.
Shout out Steve Blake. Hunter TV said, is Shea not a playoff dropper? He has never been a better or equal player to his regular season self so far in his playoff career.
I mean, sure, but technically, he has definitely underperformed relative to how he was in the regular season. But I would say quite a few players have done that.
Just for context, the last 2 years, you know, in the playoffs, he's been worse than his regular season. But like, what does that even mean? Like, he's averaging 30 a game in the playoffs the last 2 years, exactly 30 a game on 47%, 32%. So Shea in the playoffs has been significantly better than whatever the hell y'all were telling me Cade Cunningham is in the regular season. That's the gap. His playoff dropping is equivalent to Eastern Conference Player of the Month.
We have another super chat from, you guessed it, Anna Monica Studios said, you don't get Giannis without his brothers, Swiper. You guessed it. Thank you, Anna Monica. JOOK said Harden is predictable. He over dribbles. He's a grenade thrower. He has no mid-range game, no off-ball game. Shea is the opposite of all this.
None of these things are true, by the way. Like, he absolutely played off ball with Chris Paul and Russell Westbrook. Played off ball with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. Played off ball with Joel Embiid as well. We have multiple examples. He's also a really great mid-range shooter over the course of his career in his prime. All those things are not true. He led to some of the most efficient offense we've ever seen. He's one of the most efficient guards we've ever seen. Most efficient isolation scorer we've ever seen. Led the NBA in rim assist for multiple seasons. He made plenty of centers money over the course of their careers because they play with him as rim runners. None of this is true. So whatever.
You know what? I think what it is, I just don't like how Mike D'Antoni offenses overrate players. I feel like they are like the definition of inflating stats. Honestly, I watch a team every day. I cover a team that has inflated stats. I know what inflating stats looks like. Our assist numbers, our point guard assist numbers are stat padding to hell. I know what the assist to turnover ratio that Emmanuel Quickley averages every night is not accurate to his actual passing ability. I know that. So when
That's
you put
interesting because when James Harden went to go play with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, he was averaging 25 and 12 on elite efficiency and the best player on the team over the course of the regular season stretch. That's interesting, but he's the system at an efficient level nobody else was, averaging 12 assists a game. He was the best player between Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. That's interesting. He was the best player. Pete Kevin Durant was on the roster. He was the best player on the team.
Hell no.
That's so interesting. He was absolutely better than Kevin Durant while he was on the floor with him. He was. Again, we can go back and remember this in 2021 when he got traded there. When all the MVP talks were happening, it was James Harden that was getting the love. He was the engine of the offense. He was scoring at a high level, and Kevin Durant was having his best stretch of basketball that he's had in years playing next to him. So, as a matter of fact, Kevin Durant offensively was playing even better with Harden than he was with Curry while he was playing. But hey, now I have to lie and pretend like that didn't happen. So for agendas. But go ahead, Ron.
Shout out to all the agendas.
James Harden's a better system than the Golden State Warriors, according to you. Is that what you're saying? Damn, dub James Harden. That's amazing.
Speaking of agendas, I have a New York agenda from a Knicks fan forever. Knicks fans forever sent through a super chat and said, Giannis is already a Knick, bruh. Players go where they demand and want to be. It doesn't matter what the Bucks want. They will take Hart and OG.
And I also just want to let you know, Swiper, he had his most efficient season in Phoenix. 66%. 66%.
There was that stretch when he was with the first year in 22-23. Yeah, the limit, I think it was 30 games or whatever.
Sure.
It was crazy. No, he was crazy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know this for me. Kevin Durant was crazy.
So
I think the 47 games he had with
rehab. No, look, there's
the
something
47 he had with he had 47 game stretch with the Nets. I think he was 29 on he was shooting 60% from 2, 40% from 3, and 80% from the line. The only other player ever to do that in a season was on 29 points a game or more was Jokic last year. So yeah, he was incredible scoring season from him.
I mean, he just had an incredibly efficient season because I think something happened in the NBA around 2020, 2021, which is teams just decided we're going to give up mid-range shots a lot more. And I think Kevin Durant's like the best mid-range scorer I've ever seen in my life. So he's unstoppable in that range. That's kind of like why I balk at the idea of Dirk not being able to score 34, 35 points in today's NBA. A lot of guys, Michael Jordan could probably score 38 for that reason. Mid-range shots are now way more open than they've ever been before. And KD is a master of the mid-range. So I don't think you saying like, oh, well, James Harden. Correlation is not causation. I think the best Kevin Durant I've ever seen is the one that went to the finals 2 years in a row with the Golden State Warriors and won championships. That's the best one.
Yo, Knicks fan, I do want to say that there is a little bit of delusion saying that Giannis is already a Knick. However, I do think it's in Giannis, the NBA, and the New York Knicks' best interest to get Giannis to New York. So I think there's forces behind the scenes that are trying to get Giannis to New York. That doesn't mean that he'll be there, though. But
so Adam Silver telling the Bucks, send him to New York, and we'll give you the first overall pick. That what you telling me? We doing the Cooper Flag shit again?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Damn.
If he does go to New York, because New York's assets are limited, I just need New York to be good. So I need there to be some type of fix in there where if Cat goes somewhere, the team got some picks or whatever the case may be, so New York can get something back as well. I don't know.
Need a fix is crazy. Okay.
I need a fix, yo. I can't have Giannis in Milwaukee and they're already mid, and then him go to Detroit or him go to New York and it's just him and Jalen Brunson. It's
For
like,
sure.
You know, what's the point in that? He might as well just stay with Ryan Rollins. But we got another super chat from, you guessed it, Animatica Studios. Said Harden with a point guard was a game away from beating the Golden State Warriors. You can't use championships because if the Warriors existed in 25 and 26, they would give OKC trouble.
Sure.
Respect Steph said, bro, Pin, stop this defense shit. Shea, the fifth best defender on his teams. Harden just has to buy in, which he did in Houston.
I don't understand that at all because the four best defenders on Shea's team are all defensive defenders. So I'm not sitting here crediting Shea for OKC's defense. Their defense is amazing without him. That would be stupid. But you can't credit a defense and an offense that's holding water without a player and then saying that player that they're holding water without is the reason for everything. See my point?
What?
I think that a lot of times analytics people will use the on-off data to say, look at how bad you are without this person, so you're amazing, right? And I've done it myself. I think sometimes the greatest evidence to the sustainability of your team is, does your offense actually hold up without your star? Does your star basically hog touches so much, massage the ball so much that everybody else falls out of rhythm, that when that star is off the court, everybody doesn't know what the hell to do because they haven't done shit all year? That type of basketball annoys the living crap out of me.
Is that why the Nuggets offense falls apart without Jokic on the floor?
I don't think the Nuggets offense falls off without Jokic because you all got Jamal Murray. I think
No,
it falls off without Murray and Jokic. If you take
does,
those two
though.
off the court, your dudes wouldn't know what the hell to do.
No,
But Jokic is also
it's
not
much worse.
Helio. Hold on, Jokic is not Helio like Harden. He is not.
You just said that if your offense falls apart, they're too dependent on you because of your play style. The Nuggets offense, if I'm looking at it right now, adjusted, the Nuggets offense gets 12.8 points worse.
Hey, yo, Swiper, right quick. I got to slide, bro. So
I'm with you. Let's go. It's just like he's.
Can you take care of the rest of the super chats? Like if
Yeah,
you
I mean,
want
no,
to,
go ahead,
I don't want to derail y'all conversation.
No,
but
go
I'm
ahead.
saying,
We can get through it. It's 2:30.
We have to go.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
We got.
It's 2:30.
All right. Pip named Slickback says, Swiper, have you seen volume 1 of Stranger Things yet? The last episode ending was crazy.
No, I typically have somebody else watching it with, but that's not happening right now. So I think I'm gonna have to watch it on my own. So yeah, I'm gonna watch it soon.
Damn, she dumped you?
No, it's one of my friends. We typically watch that together.
Oh, he dumped you.
No, she is getting married soon, so we do not have time to like hang out.
Oh, so she isn't
Y'all
going to
watch
continue to
Stranger
cheat
Things
on
together?
her.
Yeah, I mean, it came out over years. Yeah, that's one of my best friends in my life. Mm-hmm.
Well, tell him I said what's up and congratulations on his marriage. Howdy sent through a super chat and said Bobby Portis, Kyle Kuzma, and Miles Turner suck. Laughing my ass off.
Damn.
Mo sent through a members chat and said Dub Ron, I agree. Dub Cade praise, I agree. Dub Harden, I disagree. Dub Pistons, I agree. Kareem NYK 2001 said PC, ball don't lie, and chill with chill, clear.
Why is the press box not on there, Ron?
PC.
That's a great question. The press box is on my list, but but I mean, PC does mean everything in PC.
Shouts.
All right, y'all. We do have another super chat from Goon King Forever. Said watching movies with a married woman? ? Welcome to the club, Swiper.
Yeah, shouts. I don't know what kind of movies you're watching, but I'm definitely watching Netflix. I'm currently watching Mayfair, which is by the way
Netflix and chill, Swiper.
Do you have a message for her future husband in case he watches the show?
I know him well. That's my dude. He's a great dude.
That's dope.
Yeah,
Does he watch Stranger Things with y'all?
No, they're using my HBO to watch Young Justice though. So every time I turn my HBO on, I can see what they're watching. They're watching Black Dynamite and Young Justice on there currently right now.
And you be mad because that's not
because it pushes because season 5's not out yet. So once season 5 comes out, I'm gonna have to watch it while they're watching season like 3 and 4.
That's dope, man.
Got it.
You got good content.
All right, y'all. We got some Hall of Famers, so I want to shout out our Hall of Famers. Multi Kenny, Worldwide Mace Television, Cheese, Bulletproof.
Ron, why are you laughing?
Small Boxes, Drago MC, D&E MLV, Teddy Hart, Daleski, and Rob there. Shout out to all of you guys. If you are a Hall of Famer, I hope that you're watching our show, and I hope that you don't watch our show alone either. I hope you have a companion that you watch the press box with, chill with, and ultimately the panel with. Also, shout out to our last members. Jordan Reed joined up as a member today. Perry1236 joined up as a member today. And Day 6 God also joined up as a member today. Salute to you guys. Man, y'all take it light. Don't do the last part of that saying. Just take it light. Also, we'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Y'all have a good night.
Peace.